ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा पदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे। Welcome to all of you. So today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, chapter number 15, text 22nd onwards. In last class, yesterday's class, we discussed Prthu Maharaj's appearance. Prthu Maharaj appeared from hands of King Vena's dead body. Achha. Yes, yes. Stages. By seeing the absence of king, there are so many unwanted things happened in that kingdom. These thieves were stealing the people's wealth and so on. So, and arajikata, it means not having a king. So many unwanted things, anarthas happened. So that's why. So they found that best way is better to churn the body of King Vena, because dead body, because that body is containing the semen of Anga and Dhruva. So in that lineage, so that power is continued. When the semen will be continued with pure, what is the condition? When samskaras are performed properly, both sides. Yeah. But in the case of Vena's body, actually, so that means King Anga's semen is contaminated because so it entered into the Sunita's Oh, actually, she is not good. Actually, she is a daughter of death personification. So that's why in the Vedic system, purificatory processes are the main important thing actually. So Varnashrama system means so samskaras, purificatory process. So this has to be maintained. Otherwise, those are not humans because of the impurity. When there is no purification, like whenever you eat rice or anything, we clean it. Or dal, we cannot cook directly. We clean and we eat. So after cleaning only that will be cooked. Similarly, so human life, so human birth is by naturally it is having the contamination. So by birth nobody is Dvija actually. But when there is a purification is done, then that will be pure. Similarly, when you produce rice from the paddy, you cannot say that it is pure. You need to clean it. So after producing the rice from paddy, you have to clean. You cannot cook directly. Similarly, humans also, by taking birth itself, they are pure, you cannot say, except some exalted souls. So you can see in the case of Sukadeva Goswami. So he is by birth very pure, but still his father did the Upanayana Samskara. Without Upanayana, he was running away from his father's house. But Vasudev, he brought him back and then he did the Upanayana Samskara and so on. So because to set an example to the society, the great souls also they follow. So, but otherwise, in common, so in any society, if purificatory processes are not strictly followed, then they are all that generations, the next generations are all simply they are impure and so demons. They, oh, that is a big thing actually. Sukadeva Goswami's thing is very unclear thing actually. I will discuss later. Yeah. Because we have different stories on that. Anyway, so this is the way purification has to be followed. Then semen will be continued properly. That means the child, whoever is taking birth in that purified womb, that child will be definitely belongs to that varna. We can say, but that purity should be maintained from Brahmaji's to till that instant, actually, till that parents. So then only you can achieve. Otherwise, you have to consider so the qualities. You can see the eighth canto and ninth canto. There are so many stories are going to come. There are so many children. Actually, Kshatriyas children they are becoming sons. They are becoming Brahmanas. Brahmana sons becoming Kshatriyas, and Kshatriya sons become Vaishyas. Like that, you have several examples. So many examples. Unlimited examples are there in the Shastra. So which are quoted by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj. So that's why we have to, this Vedic culture, Varnashrama culture is meant for lifting the consciousness of the people. That is only the reason. Actually, we have to adapt that, which can use as a stepping stone to enter into pure devotion. But it is not directly giving pure devotion. It can be just a helper actually. So anyway, then they thought that that semen is anyway flowing. So let us churn it. Initially, Bahuka came out. Then after that, Prthu Maharaj and Archi, his consort also came out. Then all the demigods also appeared. Brahmaji along with his devatas, his team of devatas, he appeared there. And Brahmaji approved. Yes, this personality is incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because Brahmaji is coming in the parampara and he is a Brahmanik Acharya. And he has approved actually by seeing the signs as per Shastra. As per Shastra, he has seen the symptoms and then he approved his incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then everyone started glorifying. And for the coronation, there are so many things, gifts are offered by the different demigods and so on. So those things we have seen. Then finally, Vandis magadhas. and Sutas. They came forward to glorify Prthu Maharaj. But Prthu Maharaj is not what his response actually. When they are trying to glorify, Prthu Maharaj response is this. I just know I appeared, I didn't do anything. What do you want to glorify about me? So that is the main point actually. And his response we are going to discuss here. And several important points are there in the purport. We will focus on those. पृथुर्वाचा गोसूतये मागध सौम्य वन्दे लोकोऽधुना स्पष्टगुणस्य मे स्यात् किमाश्रयो मे तव एष योज्यताम् मयि अभूवन् तथा गिरो वा anyone?
The quality of teaching of this people are not distinctive. Why should you praise me for all these qualities when I am not shown these features? I don't wish for these features meant for me to do the pain, but it is better that they be offered to someone else.
Yeah. King Prthu's point is, I didn't do anything, just I appeared. Aspashta gunasya me. That means in me qualities are not exhibited actually. So what by seeing what you people are going to glorify me? Vandis, magadhas and sutas, what they do? Generally, they glorify the authorities. Even sometimes they go to villages also. So in a village who is Jamindar, we have a lot of landlords. They'll go to their house and they glorify them. So why they glorify? So just they maintain actually when these magadhas also coming in the generations, and these are also who this Jamindar also have the several generations, and they maintain these when these magadhas ancestors they maintain the record of glories of these people actually, so that this Vandi Magadha person is having the whole history of the ancestors of the present Jamindar actually. And that's why he will be glorifying. Your great grandfather, his name is like this, and he did these glorious activities. And your grandfather is like this, your father was like this, and like that, they glorify. So that by hearing that, some good qualities actually, they glorify the good qualities of his ancestors, then this person after hearing, oh, they are so much charitable, they did well for the society, they made the roads for the society, let me do. That is inspiration actually they give. So like this they glorify. Even in the Shastra also it is said, in the Chanikya Shastra, if you see, so in the king's schedule, if you see, every day he early morning wakes up, then after that he will finish his daily activities, then he will worship the Lord, and then before entering into his Rajakarya, that means to do the kingly activities, daily activities, to go to the royal darbar and starting to his work. Initially, these magadhas, they come and they glorify him actually. That is like a fuel boosting. Otherwise, you see, you can see in your own life, you are already so, that means feel very difficult to just to maintain yourself and your team of maybe counsellors, maybe some 5-10. You always worried about that. Oh, this man is like this, that man is like that, and you have to engage them and you have to make them always busy, so much planning, and you feel, oh, every day I should do this much. So we are always feel that means so, that means kind of, anyway, devotee's case is a little bit different. But if you take a family man, so today also he should wake up and go for earning money and solving the problems of parents' diseases. He has to take the medicine for the wife. He has to satisfy these things, articles, and for the home he should purchase, and for children's purpose he should plan this. And for one family man, he always By simply remembering the work, what he has to do, he feel so morose actually. My God, this much I should do. And what about a king? In king's case, that means it's neighbor countries, so many people trying to attack, and they are trying to create these some internal disputes among the ministers and threats they are creating, and internally people also trying to do withdraw to him, and also trying to sometimes calamities and solving those problems and this problem, and so many people with so many complaints. So to do such a vast, costly activities, one need encouragement actually. So that encouragement is every day is given by these Vandis, Magadhas, and Sutas. They glorify you are so and so person, you are such an exalted person, you did this much, you did that much. That is a boosting actually. So every day he get boosting like that. And similarly, for especially that's a proper rights and other purpose. People who never get the inspiration by themselves, they should get married actually. So that's why Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Sudras. So because they have to do so many activities, so for that purpose, for giving the boosting, who are there for with them? Their wife. Their wife gives the inspiration actually. My dear husband, you are this, you are that, like that. She gives encouragement. And by seeing her and by from her getting the children, by seeing that he will get inspiration actually. So that's why they are not self-motivated. So that's why woman is there. One of the advantage of having woman is so she will encourage him to do activities. Okay. But brahmachari should not feel like that. They should be self-motivated. Then only, each other. Okay. That's the sadhu sangha, yes. So each other they can, if they feel the motivation of the opposite gender, then they cannot retain for a long time as a brahmachari. So we should not feel. That is the Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Sudras. But Brahmanas, yeah, they are self-motivated. They do spiritual activities and various activities. So because they are in the mode of goodness and they are seeing the so Paramatma Atato Brahma Jignasa, Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma. These statements of Shastra, which are very attractive. That means now I am going to get the Brahman which is Ananta and which is full of bliss. And this is the inspiration for them actually. So that's why people who are very spiritually inclined, so they should get the by just hearing the remembering the Shastric statements, by remembering the Krishna Raso Vaisaha. He is a full of rasa. That person we are going to get. So because of this is the inspiration actually. It's a natural and original inspiration, and spiritual people they get, and that's why they don't need of any so company of the woman opposite gender. But others case who are not, that's why if you see four varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra, Brahmanas are very close to the spiritual activities. Most of the time they are engaged in the spiritual activities. That's why, so they get the inspiration from there. But Kshatriyas means they are not so much so close to being in their mode of passion. So that's why they are not close to the spiritual activities, they need inspiration. That's why they are recommended to get married. In the Gurukul, those boys who are Rajaguna, that means Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra, these boys has to get married. They need so opposite gender actually inspiration for them. But for Brahmanas, they are allowed to, they may go someone interested, that otherwise they are allowed to be a Naistika Brahmachari. To become a Naistika Brahmachari, what is the qualification? Self-motivation is the qualification. If there is no self-motivation, then better to go for marriage. We are not recommending, but that is a quality you should cultivate. If you are not having, then you should. Self-motivation. So you should be self-motivated and you should, it's not that every time someone should push you. Hey, Prabhu, you do this. Hey, Prabhu, you should do this. Then this is a very bad action. Then you cannot continue for a long time. So one should have strong motivation inside. That inspiration you will get by seeing the desired goal actually. Desired goal is so beautiful and wonderful. And that you have to always remember. So yeah. It will come in the mode of goodness on. that motivation is out of mode of goodness only. Otherwise, Rajoguna, when you are in the Rajoguna, you may instinctively you may act for some time, but immediately that guna goes down, then it will go to the Tamo Guna immediately. Next. Then you will forget everything and sleep. But people who are in the mode of goodness, yeah, they can maintain determination and this inspiration. Utsahat Nischaya Dhairya. There also Rupa Goswami Pad also is saying Utsaha Nischaya Dhairya. Utsaha means that's what we are saying. They are enthusiastic and self-motivated. So then life will be, so spiritual life will be very nice. Then he can inspire others also. So these Vandis, Magadhas and Sutas, they go to king and they generally do that. They glorify the king so that he can get this sufficient inspiration to do such a ghastly activities, such a big activities, such a huge activities, and maintaining this, that, and so many people solving the problems of the kingdom, so many things actually. Like in the Vaishya's case also, they has to maintain so much land, so many labor and this and that. Yes, that's why they need motivation. These Magadhas, when they came forward and tried to glorify him, immediately said that why you people immediately stopped them actually. He started saying that, why? What I did actually? Why you want to glorify me? Then these Magadhas, they are saying that without glorifying, we cannot stay. We are so statum na shaknumaha. We can't. We can't stay without glorifying you. Then he is saying that why you want to glorify me? You glorify someone who is eligible to get this glorification. I am not. I'm not eligible now. I didn't do anything. I just appeared. Then there is one these Magadhas and they are saying that what is wrong? If we glorify you, then he is saying that, and why you are very much getting fear of if I glorify, what is the problem? So these Magadhas, they are asking, what kind of why you are getting fear? If we glorify, what is the problem for you? Then Prthu is saying that I have no fear for myself. So I have fear for you actually. Those qualities which are not there in me, still not manifest in me, you are trying to glorify. And if those are all not going to manifest, then your glorification will become useless. So why you want to do this kind of thing? That's why your words will become so vain actually. That is not good. That's very bad actually. So that's the way Tumara is responding. We'll read the purport. The prayers and praise by the Suta, Magadha, and Vandi, I'll explain the godly qualities of Maharaj Prthu, for he was a Shaktyavesha incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because the qualities were not yet manifest. However, King Prthu very humbly asked why these devotees should praise him with such exalted words. He didn't want anyone to offer him prayers to or glorify him unless he possessed the real qualities of which they spoke. The offering of prayers was certainly appropriate, for he was an incarnation of Godhead, but he warned that one should not be accepted as an incarnation of personality of Godhead without having the godly qualities. At present moment, there are many so-called incarnations of the personality of Godhead, but these are merely fools and rascals whom people accept as incarnations of Godhead, although they have no godly qualities. You can see there are so many people so claim themselves as a Lord in the society. Still they are going on. But that's not the correct way. King Pruthu desired that his real characteristics in the future might justify such words of praise, although there was no fault in the praise offered. Prthu indicated that such a praise should not be offered to an unfit person who pretends to be an incarnation of this personality of Godhead. So then what will happen? The trend will happen. So without having the qualities, civil people also follow that and So for that sake, Prthu Maharaj, stop this. Don't do this. Once they're all manifested, then you glorify. It will be nice. So pretending and it's not good. Next, tasmat parokshe smadupasrutanyalam karishyata srotamapi cha vacha satyuttama sloka gunavade jugupsitam namastanayanti sabya.
All gentle characters of spirits of time. Then the qualities of which you have spoken actually manifest themselves. The gentle who offers prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead do not attribute such qualities to a human being who does not actually have them.
So, O gentle reciters, offer such prayers in due course of time, when qualities of which you have spoken actually manifest themselves in me. So here the point is, yeah, Prthu Maharaj said what in the last sloka? So don't glorify me. Otherwise, you glorify and those will not manifest in me, then your words will become waste. Your glorification will become false actually. Vitathaha bhavat. So then these Vandis, they are saying, Vandis magadhas, oh Gunaratnakara, you are the ocean of the qualities. So all these qualities definitely will manifest. And we know that. That's why we want to glorify you. Like that, this Vandis, they said. Then Prthu Maharaj is saying, so okay, those qualities are not manifested now, but those will be manifesting in future. Then you do glorification also in future. So don't do now. Don't do presently. Na kurutha. Na tu kurutha. Kurutha means don't do now. So when they manifested in me those qualities, who are going to stop you? At that time, I will not stop you. So ke nishetsanti, who are going to stop you? Ishman. Ke nishetsanti, who are going to stop you all when those qualities manifest in me? But one thing, even those qualities are manifested in me at that time, that means I do so many great activities and those qualities are seen in me. Even at that time also, don't glorify on my face. It's not good. Why? That is the thing. That is the actually any sober person, he never likes so glorification on face. So that's not good. Of course, the receiver, he will not feel so convenient. But like in the case of guru and disciple, of course, guru is not so eager to hear the glorification. Our disciple should come and glorify and I'll feel pleasure. It is not his mood actually. So, but out of mercy, he allows his disciples to glorify. Why we should? But subordinates, they should glorify definitely. They must glorify. But person is superior. He's, of course, he is not interested actually. He is not mane pratishtha naam. For this, one should not be lalayat nahi hona chahiye actually. Lalchi nahi hona chahiye. It's compared like as a stool actually. Our acharya, they are comparing. Yeah. Yeah. So we should not eager to hear the glorification. But you as a subordinate, you should be eager to glorify. That is a condition actually. Why? As much as you glorify, so you will get all those qualities in you. Definitely. We should glorify as a subordinate. So Guru, so one should glorify Krishna, one should glorify Guru, one should glorify Sadhu. So then what will happen? All these definitely will destroy our pride actually. Our pride will be destroyed by this. And we should glorify your superiors. Sometimes you may glorify your subordinate also only to encourage them in the service, but it should be very cautiously done. Not over glorification, then they will sit on the head. And they will not do anything later. So that's why we should glorify only, that is another thing. That is only for the encouragement. Even Vaishnavas, in assembly of Vaishnavas, one Vaishnava glorifies another Vaishnava. That is there. But that should not be also exaggeration. That is also insult actually. It is going to come in the next. Don't do overly exaggerated glorification. It's nothing but insult actually. And it should be frank and it's a straightforward and clear. Yeah. So Prthu Maharaj is saying that being a king, still he is saying that Tadapi parokshayeva natu mat sakshat. You people, even I manifest these qualities, you people glorify me indirectly, not directly. Natu mat sakshat, not in front of me. So this is the thing. So because manogna vak kaushala vignaha nahi stavyaha sammukam eva stutva repaitam yujyate iti bhavaha. So hearing glorification directly, it will make us shy actually. Repaitam yujyate. It will make him demission. But now these Vandis, they are saying that they are not ready to listen this. They are saying that, oh, we are actually forced by this Brahmaji and all these demigods. They are all pushing us to glorify you. How we can stop? So this is the main point actually. Kim kurmaha sabbyahi preritaha vayam aduna arapyaiva tvameva stumaha. We are going to glorify you from now only, not at the later time. Because these great exalted members of this assembly, they are inspiring are motivating, are pushing us to glorify you. What can we do? Then Prthu Maharaj is saying that, okay, one personality is there, he can be glorified all the time. That is Uttama Sloka. Uttama Slokasya Gunanuvade Sadaiva Sarvathaiva Stavaniye Sadi Jugupsitam Arvachiniyam Madvidam Janam. So here Prthu Maharaj is saying that, okay, you want to glorify, then glorify Supreme Personality of God. Not the just person who appeared now immediately. So Arvachinam means just now I appeared. And Madvidam Janam. Because he's a Jivatattva, of course, he's an incarnation Saktya Shavatara. But he saying that. So not just me, I just appeared. So you people glorify the Supreme Power. And even these members of assembly, they should not push you all to glorify the recently appeared person. That's not good. But what? Let us see. Gentle devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead know perfectly well who is God and who is not. Non-devotee impersonalists, however, who have no idea what God is and who never offer prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead are always interested in accepting a human being as God and offering such prayers to him. This is the difference between a devotee and a demon. So non-devotees, they glorify just the humans. Or some kind of, some big personalities, they keep on glorifying them to get the material benefits from them. And also they make the humans as God because they don't have any idea of what is Supreme Personality of Godhead. These impersonalists, they don't have any idea of who is Supreme Personality of Godhead. They think that Brahman is the ultimate and Ishvara is just a Maya Pratibhimbita Chaitanya. Vidya Pratibhimbita Chaitanya. They see, so just like what? This Ishvara is out of Maya. That means their understanding of Bhagavatvam is very poor actually. That's so very cheaply they can accept anyone as God. So, because according to them, Lord is also Maya, out of Maya. Prabhupada, that's why he's mentioning here. So, this Supreme Person are always interested in accepting a human being as God. Because according to the concept, what? Lord is also out of Maya. And that's a very easily they accept any person as God. This is the impersonalist view actually. But what about Vaishnavas? Vaishnavas, they have very perfect understanding about the Lord. They know who is Lord. Aishwaryasya Viryasya Samagrasya Striyoho Gnana Vairagyayoho Chapi Shannam Bhagaiti Lingana. And they know Lord is not out of Maya. Lord is a separate energy. He is out of Swarupa Shakti and he is a transcendental. Of course, he is having the shape like human being. That doesn't mean that he is also human being like us. Actually, mercifully, he gave his shape to us. It's not that the Lord is also having shape like us and then he is also like us. He also died and we are trying to bring him to our platform actually. This is our cunningness. So somehow we got the shape like Lord's body shape we got. That doesn't mean that Lord is also human being. Manashim Tanumasita. That's a demonic understanding actually. Shastra clearly saying that Lord is different, is completely different. So Vaishnavas, they don't accept anyone as a Supreme Personality of Godhead. No. This is the difference between a devotee and a demon. Generally, impersonalists all are compared with the demons. Impersonalist. Because they are rejecting the transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord. They are saying that Supreme Lord is also out of Maya. It is a demonic nature actually. Demons manufacture their own gods, or a demon himself claimed to be God, following in the footsteps of Ravana and Hiranyakashipu. Although Prthu Maharaja was factually an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of God, and he rejected those praises because the qualities of the Supreme Person were not yet manifest in him. That is the soberness, actually, greatness of Prthu Maharaj. So even we also, Vaishnavas are the most intelligent species in this whole Brahmanda. And that's why Sumedasaha, they are known as Sumedasaha. They are having the very right understanding. And these people, they know who is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So for that, what they use? They follow Shastra actually. Shastra is that superior. They accept Shastra. Based upon Shastra only they accept, not whimsically anyone as a God, they don't accept. Just by seeing some power and some kind of magics, they don't cheaply accept. The Vaishnavas, they are very more clear in their understanding about the God. All the Prthu, next, he wanted to stress that one who doesn't actually possess these qualities should not try to engage his followers and devotees in offering him glorify for them. It is a lesson actually. So Prthu Maharaj is setting an example. If you don't manifest qualities, you should not allow. So that's why no one should allow like that. His followers and devotees in offering him glory for them. Even though these qualities might be manifested in future, if a man who doesn't factually possess the attributes of a great personality engages his followers in praising him with the expectation that such attributes will develop in future, that sort of praise is actually an insult. अभी तक कुछ किए नहीं और आपको बहुत लोग कोई आके प्रशंसा कर रहे हैं, माने वो क्या है? ये कोई मूर्ख ही सोचते हैं कि ये अप्रिशिएशन है। एक्चुअली दिस इज इंसल्ट। नहीं, दैट्स नॉट गुड. You should be patient, and you should be thoughtful and deep to observe the qualities of that person. But just for the sake of saying something which are not there, you are not able to see, but simply थोड़ा सा बोलना है तो बोल देंगे क्या है. That's not good actually. It's insult. You genuinely see the qualities in them. Definitely will be there. In everyone, some good qualities. But you should be genuine to see the qualities, and your appreciation should be genuine. Then that will touch the heart of the person. Otherwise, you fake, if you give fake glorification, that's bogus actually. That will not touch the heart of the person. That is not good actually, because you are not genuine actually. You want to cheat him. There is a tendency there. Cheating tendency. He is doing it. What? Question?
बोलने वाले कौन सा है ये प्रोग्राम तो अभी पिन भी नहीं कर रहा है तो केवल बोलेगा कि कोई
Repeat करो कोई बात. I also observe same thing करेंगे. It's not that they, for the sake of saying, we can say anything, and that's not good. Ah, it is hurt. It's insult actually. It is hurting. सुनिए. हाँ, वो बोल रहे हैं. अच्छा ना. For sake of new thing you say, you should not say the fake thing actually. हाँ, सुनने वाले अच्छा लगता है हमारे मूर्ख हैं. माने वो जो ले रहे हैं वो अच्छा लगता है उनको. नहीं. और वो तो डिमोनिक क्वालिटी है. वो रावणासुर लाइक दैट. टीचर के like what Prthu Maharaj is saying, which qualities are not manifested, don't say that. Don't accept that. You may, the person who is glorifying, he may say, but person who is receiving, he should not accept. But actually, yeah, genuinely you should glorify. Yes. At least one day you should get that. only सुनने की गाली मिलता है एक दिन. अच्छा, खुश रहो एक दिन ऐसा. But anyway, actually, the any day, any situation, actually, yes. Vaishnava culture is like that. We try to see the Vaishnava qualities in the opposite person. We try to, so just to show the gratitude actually of his association by providing those qualities so to you in his association, through his association. So in that way, we glorify. It's not a wrong thing, definitely, but it should be genuine. And also, but while you hear, yeah, if you feel embarrassed, that's a good actually. Person who is hearing, so that means whoever is getting that glorification, so he should feel embarrassed. That's obvious.
But glorify. So how you should glorify? Because
With genuinity, genuineness. Genuinely, you should see the quality, and that he should. At least one day we are trying to think about good qualities of this person. Most of the times, we try to see the faults of people. Actually, in this context, you all remember that 4 types of sadhus and 4 types of asadhus. Huh? Not, no? Huh? Shall we do now? We discussed this. Actually, in the so this is 4th chapter of the 4th canto. I think you all read this. I don't know, but huh? You came across this 4th canto, 4th chapter. So 12th sloka, I think. There is a context in that we are hearing 10th sloka.
Not similar.
Fourth chapter, na? This is actually there are 4 types of sadhus and 4 types of asadhus are there. Sadhu, sadhutara, sadhutama, atisadhu. So sadhu means he is sadhu who paresham doshanapi guneshu prakara visheshena गुणांतः पातितयो ये गृह्णन्ति. माने दूसरों का दोषों को भी दूसरों के दोषों को भी गुणों में ही गिनती करते हैं, गुणों में गिनती करते हैं. सो दूसरों के दोष को भी कैसे देखते हैं? वो गुण के रूप में देखते हैं. वो साधु है. एग्जाम्पल कोई भी व्यक्ति है, आपका पड़ोसी मान लीजिए, बहुत हार्शली बोलते हैं, माने कठोर भाषित्व, माने वो कोई भी चीज इतना आसान से नहीं बोलते, बहुत हार्डली बोलते हैं, माने ऐसा पीटा जैसा मारा, ऐसा वेरी स्ट्रांगली बोलते. तो वो दोष है. लेकिन सामने व्यक्ति क्या सोचते हैं, जो साधु है, ये जितना स्ट्रांगली बोल रहे हैं मेरे हित के लिए ही बोल रहे हैं. उनमें रहने वाले वो दोष को भी माने कठिनता पूर्वक बोलने लगते हैं. लेकिन फिर भी साधु क्या देखते हैं, अरे मेरा भलाई के लिए इतना चिल्ला रही है, ऐसा लेना. ये क्या होगा? साधु. दूसरों का दोषों को गुण की जैसा गुण गिनती करना. असाधु कौन है? असाधु इसको उल्टा है एग्जैक्टली. सो यद्यपि अस्य दोषः तदपि हितकारित्वात् अयं रोगनिवर्तकः. असाधु वो है दूसरों का गुणों को भी दोष के रूप में देखते हैं. उनमें रहने वाली अच्छा गुण को भी दोष के रूप में देखते हैं. एग्जाम्पल कैसा है? एग्जाम्पल भवदृशः गुणान् अपि दोषान् प्रतिगृह्णन्ति यथा अस्य यत् परोपकारित्वं तत् परद्रव्य जिजुक्षे. कोई भी ये एग्जाम्पल कुछ उपकार किया, कोई व्यक्ति ये सोचते हैं कि मेरे लिए उपकार इसीलिए किया, कुछ मेरे से अपेक्षा कर रहे हैं, इसीलिए ये उपकार किया, ये हेल्प किया. माने दूसरों सामने व्यक्ति के हेल्प को भी वो क्या सोचते हैं कि वो इनको कुछ फ्यूचर में कुछ चाहिए मेरे से, इसीलिए अभी हेल्प करते हैं. सामने व्यक्ति का गुण को भी दोष के रूप में देखते हैं, वही असाधु है. ओके. उसके बाद साधुतर कौन होते हैं? साधुतर वो है जो ये तो दोषान अपश्यंतः गुणानेव गृह्णन्ति, माने दोषों को देखते ही नहीं, केवल गुण को देखते हैं। साधु कौन है? दोष को देख रहे हैं लेकिन गुण की अंतर्भूत करके गुण की अंतर गिनती कर रहे हैं। साधुतर क्या है? दोष को देखने की गुण ही नहीं है उसमें, दोष को देखते नहीं, ये तो दोषान अपश्यंतः, केवल गुण को ही देखते हैं। जैसे एग्जाम्पल के लिए वाणिकायम अतिथेयो निस्तीर्णम इत्येव, ये महत्तरा। माने कोई भी एक व्यापारी है, व्यापारी कुछ अधिक पैसा लिया उनसे और सामान बेचा उनको, लेकिन ये कैसे देखते हैं? अरे सामान तो समय पर हमको पहुंचाया, माने उनमें जो ज्यादा पैसा ले रहे हैं वो दोष नहीं देखते हैं, सामने व्यक्ति का दोष ही नहीं देखते। लेकिन दोष को देखकर गुण की अंतर्गत गिनती करना वो थोड़ा सा नीचे क्वालिटी है। और दोष को ना देखना, केवल गुणों को ही देखना, ऊपर का साधुतर हो गया वो। और असाधुतर कौन होगा? दूसरों में रहने वाले अच्छा गुण को भी, हाँ, अच्छा गुण को देखता ही नहीं है, अच्छा गुण को देखता नहीं। तथैव ये दोषानेव गृह्णन्ति, माने केवल दोषों को ही देखते हैं। साधुतर कैसा होता है? केवल वो गुणों को ही देखते हैं, दोषों को नहीं देखते। असाधुतर कैसा है? केवल दोषों को ही देखते, गुण को एक भी नहीं देखता है। ये असाधुतर हो गया। हाँ? माने गुणों को, दोष को देखता ही नहीं है ना, और क्या भाव रहेगा? देखता ही नहीं, हाँ, उसको नेग्लेक्ट कर देते देख। हाँ, इसलिए मन साधु, अभी वो देख रहे मैंने, वो साधु लेवल पर ही है अभी, देखता ही नहीं बोल रहा हूँ। तब तो साधु है वो। दोष को देख के उसको कुछ गुण के रूप में भावना करना, वो साधु है। साधुतर मैंने ऊपर लेवल है, वो दोष को देखता ही नहीं है। हाँ? अरे भाई, देखता ही नहीं तो भाव कैसे होगा? आप साधु कॉन्सेप्ट से ऊपर उठो, साधुतर में आओ। नहीं नहीं नहीं, उत्तम अधिकारी ऊपर आए। ठीक है, रुकिए। मुझे इतना क्लासिफिकेशन नहीं पता है, बोल रहा हूँ बस। तो आप लोग सुनिए, तो इसका लाइव एग्जाम्पल्स और एनालाइजेशन वो सब क्योंकि इसमें इधर उधर थोड़ा सा भी करेंगे ना, अपराध हो जाएगा। इसीलिए इशार पे चलिए सब, किसी न किसी के बारे में बोलने में थोड़ा सा समय लगे, वो भी एक्साल्टेड डिवोटीज के ऊपर कमेंट करने के लिए थोड़ा सा समय लगता है। हमको इतना तैयारी भी उसके लिए देखना पड़ता है, प्रमाण से बोलना पड़ता है। यदि श्री महाराज के बारे में आगे पीछे कोई महान वैष्णव क्या बोले, उसको देख के उसको रिपीट कर सकते। हाँ, कोई किसी के ऊपर पीटेगा जरूर। क्या कल क्या पढ़े हम लोग? यदि वैष्णव का कोई भी हानि पहुंचेगा तो उसमें क्या होगा? यदि उनका अधिकार है करेक्ट करने के लिए करेक्ट करेगा, नहीं तो ऊपर कंप्लेंट करेगा। साल कर दो। अच्छा, नहीं नहीं, दोष को वो साधु होगा, साधुतर नहीं। साधु तो दोष को देखता नहीं है। सो इसमें एक्चुअली मध्यम अधिकारी तो कैसा है? ईश्वर तदधीन बालिश दिशस्सु प्रेम मैत्री, हाँ, प्रेम मैत्री उपेक्षा कृपा उपेक्षा। तो एक्चुअली इसीलिए आपको क्या देखना है, पक्के कपिल भगवान क्या बोलते हैं उधर 29 चैप्टर में, वैष्णव को अपना योग्यता के अनुसार रेस्पेक्ट देना चाहिए। अब ये दोनों वैष्णव लड़ रहे मैंने, तब ये वैष्णव दूसरा व्यक्ति किसकी जैसे योग्यता है उसके अनुसार उनको रेस्पेक्ट देना चाहिए और उसको क्लियर करना चाहिए। वैष्णव कम्युनिटी में बोल रहा हूँ, लेकिन इन जनरल दिस साधु साधु तरह, नॉट जस्ट वैष्णव कम्युनिटी, इन जनरल हाउ दे सी द पीपल्स दोषास, दैट्स वी आर बीइंग डिस्कस। तो साधु असाधु तर क्या करेगा, केवल का केवल दोषों को देखेंगे, हाँ, गुण एक भी नहीं देखते। एग्जाम्पल, कोई एग्जाम्पल, तथैव ये दोषान एव गृह्णन्ति न तु गुणान्, यथा तो भिक्षुर अयम उदरपूरम स्निग्धम अन्नम यदति तदयम कामी प्रस्थः वक्तव्य। माने कोई सन्यासी है, वो तो पूरा इतना बड़ा राज्य है, नहीं तो कोई भी राजा हो, नहीं तो कोई भी ब्राह्मण हो, सन्यासी तो बनते हैं ना। सन्यासी कौन बनते हैं, जब समस्त जीवन को छोड़ के, सुविधाओं को छोड़ के, पत्नी घर सुविधाओं सुख छोड़ के, तो आध्यात्मिक उन्नति के लिए साधु बनते हैं, सन्यासी बनते हैं। उस सन्यासी को देख के असाधु तर क्या बोलेगा पता है, देखिए बोलते हैं कि अरे ये भिक्षुक पेट पालन करने के लिए बिना काम करके निकम्मा बन के पूरा पेट पोषने के लिए ये सन्यासी बन गया। हाँ, टेस्टी टेस्टी अन्न खाना चाहते हैं, ये कामी है, ये लस्टी फेलो है, ये भ्रष्ट है, ये पतित है, ऐसा देखते हैं। माने उसमें जो समाज को इतना उनकी इनकी जीवन में इतना सुख सुविधाओं को छोड़ के वो एकदम तो सन्यासी बन गए, विरक्त बन गए। और कोई व्यक्ति को सन्यासी को कुछ खिलाते किसकी भलाई के लिए, सन्यासी की भलाई के लिए खिला रहे हैं क्या, खुद की भलाई के लिए खिला रहे हैं। उनको क्या जरूरत है, उनको खाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है। हाँ भाई माने टेस्टी टेस्टी खाने की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं उनका। यदि ऐसा जरूरत है, उनको फीलिंग आती तो फॉल्स है, मिथ्याचारी। हाँ, टेस्टी। तो क्या हम लोग क्या इसके ललाए थे क्या, ये नहीं खाने से हम जी नहीं पाएंगे, इसके लिए हम इसीलिए बने क्या हम लोग ब्रह्मचारी, लाल कपड़ा। उसके लिए तो नहीं, ऐसा नहीं फीस्ट में दो चीज में कम हो गए, मिला नहीं तो लाने करेंगी थोड़ी। नहीं एक्चुअली ऐसा नहीं, मैंने नए नए लोगों को है ना, जो लोग तो साधुओं को देख के, जैसे प्रभुपाद को भी बहुत लोग अपोलेंटली सर्विस करते थे, वो आउट ऑफ मर्सी ही इज एक्सेप्टिंग सन्यासी। वी शुड फील लाइक दैट ओनली। सो whenever we offer service and if they are accepting, we should feel happy for that because they are accepting our service. It's not that they are lusty, they are so greedy for eating and that's why they are eating like that. If we think, then that is a asadhuta, asadhuta, seeing the dosha. So, okay, next, what about the sadhutama? Sadhutama, third one. Okay, sadhu, what he does, he see bad qualities also, but he think that bad quality as good quality. But sadhu tara, he have no vision to see bad qualities. So, and sadhutama is what actually? ये तो फल्गुन तुच्छान अपि गुणान बहुली करिष्णवः। माने छोटा सा सामने व्यक्ति में इतना छोटा सा भी गुण होते तो उसको इतना बड़ा बना के देखते हैं। साधुतर और साधुतम में क्या अंतर है, साधुतर तो गुणों को एज इट इज देख रहे हैं, दोषों के एकदम नहीं देख रहे हैं। लेकिन साधुतम थोड़ा सा भी गुण को देखते तो इतना बड़ा करके देखते हैं। इनका हृदय ऐसा होता है। अगर दोषों को देखना तो भूल जाए, साधु तरीक नहीं कर रहा मैंने, साधुतम करेगा क्या दोषों को देखना, नहीं। दोषों को कौन देखते हैं, साधु देखते हैं। साधु देख के दोषों को लेकिन सो गुण की अंतर्गत ही गिनती करते हैं। तो इसीलिए साधुतम ऐसा है, तो थोड़ा सा भी गुण है उनमें तो उसको बड़ा चढ़ा के देखते हैं, बहुल ऐसा मैग्नीफाइंग ग्लास के जैसा। तो जैसे एग्जाम्पल दोषों तो नहीं वो पश्यन्ति, दोषों को तो देखता ही नहीं। जैसे एग्जाम्पल, सीता तत्वादेव मदीय वस्त्रम अपहरन्नपि शस्त्रपाणित्वेपि दयालुत्वादेव नहीं नस्ति। ऐसा एक व्यक्ति, एक चोर एक चोर आया, ये ऐसा ही इनके घर में सो रहे हैं, ठंडी का मौसम, अच्छा से कंबल ये सब ओढ़ के सो गए। ये चोर आके पूरा कंबल गिम्बल सब निकाल के भागने लगा। तो उसको देख के ये क्या सोचते, ये साधु तमा, अरे मेरा कंबल तो इसीलिए लेके जा रहा है ये, अभी ठंडी का मौसम है, बेचारा उनको ठंड लग रही है इसीलिए लेके जा रहे हैं। और लेकिन वो कितना अच्छे हैं, उनके हाथ में चाकू है लेकिन मुझे चाकू से मारा नहीं। कितना कृपालु है ये, कितना अच्छा चोर। ये क्वालिटी है। अरे भाई साधु तम बनना इतना आसान नहीं है, ऐसा मत सोचो कि ये छोटा मोटा बात है। ऐसा नहीं बोलना क्लास में, डोंट टेक द नेम्स आपस में, नॉट लाइक पुलिंग। So this is sadhutama actually. This is the quality. Even if they see, even in the thief, so he is seeing. So that just he didn't harm him. So but he is saying that he is having so compassion. He didn't do anything me. So dhanyaha tadayam dhanyaha ityayam mahattama mani sadhutama. These are all. Uh, this is based upon consciousness, Prabhu. So it's not a hard and fast rule. So he is sadhutam, that's why. He is sadhutam. But if we are thinking like that, then we are, what is the right and wrong dharma level we are thinking. So we are still in the normal platform actually. We are not discussing the normal platform. And even if he lose, he will never feel bad actually. It may hurting for opposite person because so his consciousness is not evolved such a level actually. They are not like that. So that is a consciousness level actually, is evolved consciousness level. Sadhutama will not take. लेंगे नहीं, लेकिन as a third person you can so help him, but he will be like that only. Sadhutama will be like that. इसमें कोई duplicity नहीं है उसमें. Originally he will behave like that. Factually behave like that. Yes sir.
God, I mean, it's not always be God, like, say that first. They don't, now they don't act with that. It's not better.
See, managers are different. So as a being a manager and as a maintainer of the law and order in the temple or in any community, he will be taking the charge. A king will not think that, oh, he is stealing his clothes or his kambal blankets, no problem. So he is feeling cold, that's why it's a fine. King will not be like that. He will maintain law and order actually. So you should not, you are, so if you are a person of the maintaining the law and order of that community, then you have to see the what is right and wrong. Then you have to give the proper justification for the people. But sadhu tama is sadhu tama. So sadhu tama, being sadhu tama, he cannot be a manager.
Example is like sadhu quality
Only a person you want. जैसे इधर दिया ना एक एग्जाम, इधर ठंडी के मौसम में उनको कंबल चोरी करके ले गए थे तो भी हाँ? देखिए आप व्यक्तियों में लाइव एग्जाम्स में देख रहे माने इसको प्रॉपर रिसर्च करके बोल रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं कि मेरे पास नहीं कंटेंट। Yeah, we'll see that. Submit that. Yeah. So sadhutama is like this. At least you try to understand. Sadhutama is the one you can see. He will not. He will see even little good quality, and he will magnify it, and you will see that. And what about the asadhutama? Opposite, exactly opposite. He never see any good quality. Even if he see little dosha, then he will magnify it and you will see. That is asadhutama. Example, yatha viraktoyam vanam apahaya yad gruhastha gruheshu vasati tat prachurdanam choraitu kama ityeva. जैसा कोई एक विरक्त है जो सन्यासी है, सन्यासी वनम अपहाय मैंने वन को छोड़कर नहीं तो वानप्रस्थ नहीं तो सन्यासी किसी गृहस्थ के घर में थोड़ा समय के लिए रुका, तब तो ये असाधु तुम कैसा सोचेंगे? ये सोचेंगे कि ये सन्यासी क्यों गृहस्थ के घर में रखे हैं? मुझे लगता है घर घर में चोरी करके धन को चोरी करके जाना चाहते हैं, इसीलिए इधर रहा। ये असाधुतम, इस प्रकार देखने वाला असाधु। तो नेक्स्ट अति साधु। अति साधु कौन है? ये तो गुण अभावे भी परेशान गुणानेव पश्यन्ति, माने सामने व्यक्ति में कोई भी गुण नहीं है। साधुतम और अति साधु का डिफरेंस क्या है? साधुतम के कम से कम थोड़ा सा गुण का अपेक्षा है, तो उसमें उस गुण को बड़ा करके देखने में। लेकिन अति साधु के लिए तो थोड़ा सा भी गुण भी नहीं है। ये तो गुण अभावे भी परेशान गुणाने व पश्यन्ति, सामने व्यक्ति के गुणों को ही देखते हैं, तब तो उसको क्या बोलते हैं? अति साधु। माने पूरा दुनिया में अभी हर जगह वो गुण को ही देखते हैं। ये तो तुम उत्तम भक्त हो गए, उत्तम, ये तो उत्तम। So he will never see any, because that is possible when he is able to see everywhere. So Paramatma, then only it is possible. So that's why he will never see any, yes, guna abhava. Gnaneva pashyanti. Yatha jagat yasmin kepi sistaha. But what about the ati asadhus, atya sadhus? So दुनिया पूरा बेकार है, पूरा दुनिया बेकार है लोग, वो अति असाधुतमा, एक भी अच्छा व्यक्ति नहीं है। इस प्रकार साधु and असाधु आर, so 4 types. It is not our main course, मैं ऐसे ही गया। Let us come to our point. ये reference, अच्छा, इसका people they do speculation on this on the many ways with the different examples. My main point is, if you do like that and if you are properly not measuring that character, then that's a completely offense. It's a severe offense will happen. That's why we should do it is with the proper thorough research and with proof. But reference for these definitions is 4th canto, 4th chapter, 12th sloka, 4:4:12. Daksha is Atyasadutama and Shiva is Ati Sadutama. Daksha is Atyasadutama. This example is there. Vishwanath is telling. Daksha is Atyasadutama and Lord Shiva is Ati Sadutama. ठीक है। मैं ये टॉपिक लंबा चलेगा बिल्कुल, और इसके लिए भी काफी क्लैरिटी रहना चाहिए, ऐसा पढ़ करके मनमानी से नहीं बोलना है। लेट अस डिस्कस सम अदर टाइम। ओके, नेक्स्ट। महागुणानां कर्तुमीशः कस्तावयते सतोपि प्रलब्धो जनम संकुमते न वेदा।
Or the power to follow brain theory. If you do not actually have that, brain is meant by saying that if he was might have been great scholar or great nothing, but to substitute. The foolish person who against accepts such praise does not know that such words simply insult him.
Yeah, simply insulting. अभी आगे क्या चला एक्चुअली this what Prthu Maharaj is saying. So when I get these qualities, you people glorify at that time. Now you should not glorify. At that time also you should glorify indirectly only, not in front of my face. Like that he said. So but these people they said that if we don't allow, but we are pushed by these members of this assembly to glorify you. What can we do? So we have to glorify. Then he said that no, no, no. If you want to glorify, you people glorify anytime you want to glorify. One person can be glorified anytime, that is Lord. And you people glorify not the person who just appeared. So that's not good actually. Like that he said. Now further what these Vandis they are saying. So Satu Uttama Sloka Bhavani. That Uttama Sloka Bhagavan you only. These Vandis they are saying you are only that Uttama Sloka Bhagavan. Then in reply to this, Prthu Maharaj is saying, so he's saying that, oh, Mahato Bhagavato Gunan Atman Swasmin Kartum Shirashekara Shekari Kartumishu Samarthopi Kopi Koabhigna Atmanustavainte na Kopi. Of course, I may get the qualities of the Lord. I may be incarnation, I may in my future. So qualities of the Lord may manifest. So what the qualities are there in the Lord, that may manifest in me, but still I will not, no one will make others to glorify him. No one will do like that. So only the foolish people will do. Only foolish people will do, even they don't have qualities of those which are has to manifest. But if even their qualities are not there, but they allow so glorification, and they allow others to glorify. So not a abhigna. So whoever is have a sober person will not allow. No, no, no. So only foolish people will allow. So like mandaha, the foolish people, what they do? If they say to him, अरे आप तो ये सब कुछ सीखते तो ऐसा बन जाते थे. ऐसा बोलने से उसको भी सुन के वो अच्छा लगता है. एक्चुअली इस प्रकार की बोलना वो इंसल्ट ही है. माने इस प्रकार आप किया नहीं और ऐसा बना नहीं, एक प्रकार की क्या है, इंसल्ट है. So इसीलिए sober people they take it as a just a laughing stuff. Actually this is not a appreciation, it's an insult only. But foolish people they think, oh आप ऐसा ऐसा रखते, ऐसा ऐसा करते तो ऐसा ऐसा हो जाते थे, तो अरे नहीं ऐसा ऐसा करेंगे तो ऐसा ऐसा हो जाएंगे. ये सभी सुन के only foolish people will feel happy. Like that he's saying actually in this sloka. A foolish person who agrees to accept such a prize doesn't know that such a words are simply insult actually. वो हुआ ही नहीं, बस accept कर रहे हैं. Prthu Maharaj was an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as Lord Brahma and other demigods had already testified when they had presented the king with many heavenly gifts, because he had just been coronated. However, he couldn't manifest his godly qualities in action. Therefore, he was not willing to accept the price of the devotee. So-called incarnation of Godhead should therefore take lessons from the behavior of King Prthu. Demons without God qualities should not accept false praise from their followers. Prabhavo hyatmana stotra jugupsyanyapi vishruta. What is it? Hirimanta paramudara purusham vigarhitam.
God is about action. Person is very famous, powerful, does not like to be a experience.
Yeah. So a person with a sense of honor and man doesn't like to hear about his abominable actions. A person who is very famous, a powerful, doesn't like to hear himself praised. Vayam tu vidita loke suta jyapi varimavi karma vi Vaishyam. In Prthu continued, my dear devotees, headed by the Sutta, just now, I am not very famous for my personal activities because I have not done anything praiseworthy you could glorify. Therefore, how could I engage you in praising my activities exactly like children? Then the Bhakti and the purpose of fourth canto, 15th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled King Prthu's appearance and coronation, 16th chapter. Maitreya Uvacha Iti Bruvana Nrupatim Gayaka Muni Chodita Tushtu. ठीक से नहीं आया नेक्स्ट टाइम मैं छोड़ दिया तो सेकंड लाइन नहीं वो अरे बार ट्राई करना चाहते हैं इति ब्रुवाणं नृपतिं गायिका मुनिचोदिता ठीक है आया इट्स इम्प्रूव समथिंग The gate said Maitreya continues. While King Prthu spoke, the humility of his nectarian speeches pleased the reciters very much. Then again they continued to praise God, King highly with exalted praise, as they had been instructed by the great sages. Actually, of course, he stopped, but all the members of assembly they wanted actually. One these they should glorify him. So Muni Chodita. Next you can see. So Muni Chodita, that means these magadhas, they are all pushed by these munis, like Brahmaji and other sages and the devatas, all there. Hey, go on, glorify. Of course, he might be saying like that, don't stop. Iti Brahmanam Rupatim Kayakaha Muni Choditaha Tushta Manas Tadvat Tat Vagamruta Sevaya. Yeah, we should glorify Lord. So by glorifying the Lord, this is also one of the anga of the Bhakti out of 64 limbs. It should. So this purport is important. Here the word Munichoditaha indicates instructions received from great sages and saintly persons. Although Maharaj Prthu was simply enthroned on the royal seat and was not at that time exhibiting his godly powers, the reciters like the Sutta, the Magadha, and the Vandi understood that King Prthu was an incarnation of God. They could understand this by the instructions given by the great sages and learned Brahmanas. We have to understand the incarnation of God by the instructions of authorized persons. So Muni Choditaha, that means these magadhas, actually what happened, these sages, they entered into the heart of these magadhas and magadhas and sutas. So they did the upadesha to these vandis. And according to that upadesha only they glorified. Not exaggeration or not the making down. No exaggeration, no high or no low. As per the upadesha of the sages, so they glorified. That is the point actually. They could understand this by the instructions given by the great sages and learned Brahmanas. In the next sloka's commentary, we see that here, Yatha Upadesham Munibihi Asmad Antakaranam Pravishya. Muni log हम लोगों की अंतःकरण में प्रवेश करके जैसा उपदेश दिए हैं आपकी ग्लोरीज के बारे में वैसा ही हम लोग आपको ग्लोरीफाई कर रहे हैं हम अपना कुछ भी मनमानी नहीं कर रहे मनमानी ग्लोरिफिकेशन एक प्रकार से इंसल्ट है एक्चुअली इसीलिए बोला जेन्युइनली ग्लोरीफाई करना चाहिए. जेन्युइनिटी इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मनमानी मत करना है तो इंसल्ट है.
That how come Shivji is Bhakti Sadhu Atma, but you understand what be upon it.
We'll see later. अभी नहीं. This question. हाँ. वो बोलिए. So उसमें है उधर कमेंट्री में नेक्स्ट में लिखा हुआ है उस पूरा एपिसोड में. लेट हिम रीड एक्चुअली. 4:4:12 Vishwanath commentary. So Vishwanath Chakravarti explained it. So here in the heart, he explained actually. These sages, they inspired or explained whatever. According to that only he glorified. We have to understand the incarnation of God by the instructions of authorized persons. Here Prabhupada is bringing out a point. That means about Lord, these Vandis and magadhas, they know through the instructions of the sages. So accordingly only they glorified. No mental speculation. So here, that's why Prabhupada is bringing a point. We have to understand the incarnation of God by the instructions of authorized persons. These sages are authorized persons. So to explain about the Prthu Maharaj to the Vandis magadhas. So now here point is, we can't manufacture a God by our own concoctions. भगवान को हम लोग खुद नहीं बना सकते. यार नहीं तो किसी को भगवान करके बोल नहीं सकते. As stated by Narottam Das Thakura, Sadhu Shastra Guru. Yesterday evening we were searching for the purport. There was the purport. You remember? I was looking for one purport yesterday evening. After class there was a discussion. This is the purport actually. Luckily, actually, I confused. I thought it is in the third canto, but it is here only. One has to test all spiritual. So now that means Narottam Das Thakur is saying that Sadhu Shastra Guru. So one has to test all spiritual matters according to instructions of saintly persons, scriptures, and spiritual master. Sadhu Shastra. Triangle check. And one more point, here onwards, you can note it actually. It's a very important, these 4 lines. The spiritual master is one who follows the instructions of his predecessors. Namely, the sadhus are saintly persons. A bona fide spiritual master doesn't mention anything not mentioned in the authorized scriptures. Guru bada hai, shastra bada hai. गुरु भी प्रमाण है हम लोगों को, शास्त्र भी प्रमाण है. किनकी प्रमाणता ऊपर है? कुछ लोग हम लोग ऐसा एग्जैगरेट करते हैं, गुरु की ग्लोरीफाई करते करते इतना ग्लोरीफाई करते हैं कि अरे शास्त्र से क्या मतलब, मेरे गुरुदेव जो बोले हैं मैं उसी को मानता हूं. मेरा गुरु सबसे ऊपर है, शास्त्र से भी परे है. प्रभुपाद जी का वाणी शास्त्र से भी परे है. This statement is so looking beautiful, na? It representing that person is having a lot of faith on Prabhupada. But what is the actual thing? This, if anyone come in your life, they say that for me, Prabhupada, and that means first of all, he understands Prabhupada words his own whimsical way, and he says that. And he, whatever the actions of Prabhupada, he interpret his own way. And he says, sometimes he says that, so Prabhupada words are, and for me, Prabhupada is more than books and Shastra. It is the right mood or wrong mood, you people think? Absolutely wrong. Why? Prabhupada, what he's writing? It's offensive actually. He is condemning scriptures and he is falsely praising the Guru. 2 offenses he is doing. 4 and 3rd. 3, 4. What Prabhupada is writing? A bona fide spiritual master doesn't mention anything not mentioned in the authorized scriptures. So you may not able to find his whatever things he mentioned in the Shastra. Out of our laziness, we are not able to search thoroughly in the Shastra. And out of our laziness, we say that so easy way is Prabhupada is beyond everything and he is beyond Shastra. And for the audience also, innocent audience, it looks so nice. But tomorrow, same person will come and he come with the same logic. He will come with some false guru is not in the parampara, and he say that similarly, how you are making your guru is top than the Shastra. Similarly, he will also say, my guru is topper, is superior to the Shastra. Like you say, my guru is also like that. Then what will happen? Then how will you stop that cheating? So, you people all attended Shastra Pramanam course? Yes. Who is the Emperor Pramana? Shastra or Guru or Sadhu? Sri the Emperor. Yes or no? We established Bhagavatam as Emperor Pramana, not the Guru is the Emperor Pramana. Even Lord also, whatever he speak, if it is not matching with Shastra, then it should be rejected. We have seen or not? Who is example? Huh? Lord Buddha, and also Krishna is teaching Karma Mimamsa. That also we reject. Even he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his words also we reject if it is not matching with Shastra. So that's why Shastra is the highest Pramana. Because Shastra is the one who is God or not, it is telling. If you say Shastra is superior to the, God is superior to the Shastra, then everyone will become God and he will make his own Shastra. So that's why a pure Brahmanical nature means you should accept the authority of Shastra and you have to see our Guru and Sadhu always following Shastra. If you are faithful and you are properly having the vision, then you never see that anything they are going, any Pramanic Guru, a bona fide spiritual master, doesn't mention anything not mentioned in the authorized scriptures. So that's why some kind of, I also heard actually, sometimes actually, in someone's class. And that's not good actually. That's not.
Like personality beyond Shastra. But we have heard that. Like,
I didn't make a statement that did I say that some person beyond the Shastra I said? Above Shastra I said? Above Shastra I said? I said, huh? Someone is about to Shastra. I said, this is my statement. Huh? Someone says that it's not my statement.
Whatever Prabhupada speaks is Shastra. So is that correct when you understand?
Yeah. Because a bona fide spiritual master doesn't mention anything not mentioned in other scriptures. Okay. But if you get any contradiction in his statements, then which is based upon the time, place, and circumstances said, and which is the as per Shastra, and that means you see, Acharyas, they do adjust some things for time, place, and circumstance, and some are the as per Shastra they say. So that means if you find in two statements of Acharya there is a contradiction, then how to solve this? And which is, so in these two things, which is main, two are contradictory. One Acharya, two statements is said, but two are contradictory. So in that time, then how to solve this? Which is right and which is secondary? Which is just made for some tatkalika statement, temporary statement, which is permanent statement, which is temporary statement. How to know? Then you have to go to the previous acharyas, and you should consult the Shastra also. In these two statements, which one is actually mentioned by previous acharyas and shastra, that you should take as permanent statement, and in connection to that, whichever is contradicting to that, that you should take it as tatkalika statement, temporary statement. For achieving something in the society, even Lord also says against the shastra. Says or not? Where he said? Who said? Krishna also said. Karmimas, and Buddha also said. It's not necessary that sometimes, that's why I'm saying, whatever is mentioned by the acharyas is a shastra. You may not say all the time, because they may make tatkalika statements, temporary statements. Like you see, Lord Buddha, he is a Lord, then whatever he said is a shastra. Can you say like that? So Krishna is also the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Whatever he said, can you say it's a shastra? No. Even we don't say to the Lord also. You're understanding? So you have to see in those statements what are matching with the shastra, those are permanent, and whatever is not matching or contradicting, that for some purpose they said that. It's not the cheating the people, they said, but with some good intentions to lift the society, they have to do that. Like doctor is doing the operation, cutting the body, it's not that the intention is to kill the person. That's the intention is to cure the disease. Similarly, Acharya sometimes they make tatkalic temporary statements. It's just to benefit the society only, they say. But which is permanent and which is secondary, then you have to refer the shastra, but not necessary. Okay.
Because we accept many books not coming from the Vedas, like many small books from we take them as Shastra for us.
Of course, all books are Shastra only. Who said actually it's not coming from the Vedas? Absolutely, it is coming from Vedas. Everything, whatever is writing, as per the, maybe some statements you may for the purpose of lifting the society, or some adjustments he did for the time, place, and circumstance, and that for the temporary tatkalika, and what his intention is ultimately bringing them to the standard only. But you cannot say that books, small books, all are shastra only, because he wrote everything based upon the Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavata and their commentaries. Whatever he's writing is completely is a shastra, because he's writing as per the scriptures only. But very rarely you may find some statements which are temporary statements. So that you should understand from the Guru actually. From Acharya statements, you should understand Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. And they will explain to you. This is the meaning of this. This is the meaning of this. That's why you should need teacher to understand the purpose. Yeah.
But उसकी श्लोक को भागवत से शिला प्रभुपाद जी ने भी स्मॉल बुक लिखे हैं।
हाँ,
ऑलरेडी भागवत से या फिर
वो तो उनका कमेंट्री So, Brahmanical quality, of course. So he should be patient enough, and he should be purity only, pure things only. So that's anything if he mentions based upon Shastra, and anything he wants to accept, so they will accept based upon Shastra. So Samsas actually this. Devotee should be like Hamsas. Hamsas always live in pure place and pure things. So that's why we should accept knowledge which is fully, thoroughly, backed up by Shastra. No mental speculation. If you have tendency to accept some nice fancy classes you might be, and so attractive and fancy classes you might be hearing, so you are so attracted to the results of that, so it's so attractive and making people so engaged for some time and attracting, and you'll get good name. If you are glittered and if you are attracted by such a glittering things, and if you are not having the Brahminical nature of how much of the purity is there, how much is backed up by that knowledge, by the Shastra, if you are not patient enough and you are not checking, and if you simply accept, you want to be cheated actually. That's not good. You should be developing, that is the Brahminical nature. One should accept so knowledge which is backed up by the Shastra. So these purport lines, I can make you and match you and show you. So on all the lines to the Shastra, if you want. So as much as you also, because Prabhupada wrote purports after digesting the Acharya's commentaries, no mental speculation. He's predecessors. What he's saying, the spiritual master is the one who follows the instructions of his predecessors. प्रभुपाद जी भी जो भी लिखे हैं परपुट्स में, वो कहां से लिखे हैं? उनका जो पूर्व है, पूर्व विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर और बलदेव विद्याभूषण और जीव गोस्वामी और पूर्व आचार्यों की जो भी कमेंट्रीज व्याख्या है भागवत के ऊपर, उन्हीं व्याख्याओं को अच्छा से समझने के बाद तभी जाकर ये परपुट्स लिखे. इसीलिए आप उस सिद्धांतों को यदि आप देखेंगे एक बार, उसको भी समझने के बाद, अभी परपुट्स में देखने के बाद हर जगह वही सिद्धांत दिखना शुरू होता है. We should be intelligent enough to see the matching. That means there is no contradiction between Prabhupada and previous acharyas. Some people, they say that. This is also another wrong statement. So we are not bothered about the previous acharyas. Whatever Prabhupada says, that is, he is different and he is completely unique, and he is beyond any acharya. Of course, it looks like the appreciation of Prabhupada, but actually, Prabhupada will not be happy with this kind of statement. He is a loyal servant of his previous acharyas. Very faithfully he is following their instructions and representing. Yes. From acharyas, and he is lucid and simple, and that is his mercy actually. So making such a tough subject matter so easy and easily digestible, that is a mercy. That mercy you should accept. So even that mercy one can get by the sadhu's mercy. That is also wrong. That's wrong. That means they are not seeing the Prabhupada. That means he is a Pramanik Acharya, and he made such a many thousands of people devotees, and that's why there is no difference between Prabhupada and previous acharyas in respect of presenting philosophy.
That's how we actually discuss Prabhupada and previous acharyas.
Yes.
And I think there could be
Offense to someone. There is offense to be some.
Considering this program, they want to start on the right? Because they want to start with we're saying that Lord in God is also under the condition of Shastra. So how to understand that Lord himself is under the condition of Shastra? Even that you come
Yes, yes. So here the point is the origin is Lord. But for us, who is the Pramana? Shastra is Pramana, not Lord is Pramana. Try to understand here. We are not telling the origin. Who is origin? Origin who? Krishna is the origin of everything. But for you, who is the Pramana? For you, who is the person to tell about this thing? Is the Lord or the Shastra? Shastra. This is the point we are saying. Pramana is Shastra, but origin is Lord. But even origin is Lord, you cannot say that directly I'll approach Lord without Shastra. Then everyone will become the Lord, and everyone will say, I am the Lord, and you will hear me. But what is the qualification for a Shastra? What is the qualification? We discussed this. Sadhus. Hey, very good. But simply non-defective Shabda can be Shastra. Any non-defective, even if I can say, so I ate morning prasadam. This is also non-defective Shabda. So every non-defective Shabda can be a Shastra. So simply, if you define Shastra means non-defective. Non-defective Shabda. If you say simply non-defective Shabda is Shastra, then everyone bring the non-defective Shabdas and they say that this is the non-defective Shabda, you accept it as a Shastra. Accept it as a Shastra. Yes or no? So non-defective Shabdas there are not. So I wear red saffron clothes. This is also non-defective Shabda. And this also can you accept as a Shastra? Like that people can bring their own non-defective Shabdas or not? Then just to saying non-defective Shabda is Shastra, is it sufficient? So then what? Qualification, non-defective Shabda should have what qualification?
Same. Unchangeable हो. Past, present is not one.
शास्त्र प्रमाण में बोला मैंने थोड़ा सा, इसलिए मैं टेस्ट करने के लिए पूछ रहा हूँ. इतना एक्चुअली प्रैक्टिस नहीं कर रहा है इसके अर्थ. इफ यू डोंट कल्टिवेट स्ट्रॉन्ग नॉलेज इन योर सबऑर्डिनेट्स, यू विल बी सफरिंग विद देम फॉर होल लाइफ. Really propose. You learn and you teach them, then make them. So then such a people will be so nicely cooperate with you. If we keep ignorant people with us, it's a trouble for you only. They will be only creating problems. Ignorance will create problems. Contradiction, and then after that they fight among themselves, they fight with you, and then finally they leave. That's not good actually. Please cultivate this. So material also I gave, just my kind request actually, again I can say. So please.
इसका वीडियो
वीडियोस तो है ना,
उसका वीडियो
शास्त्र प्रमाण कर लोगों का ही भी है वीडियो रिकॉर्डेड है ना, सब है. हर एक ये क्लासेस का भी वीडियो रहता है, हर एक का वीडियो रहता है, सब रिकॉर्डिंग होते हैं इसमें गोलोकवाणी चैनल, आप जाके देख सकते. अच्छा, आप लोग नहीं पता है कि मेरे एक चैनल में सब वीडियोस रिकॉर्ड होते हैं करके, सब रहता है इसमें, प्लेलिस्ट में भी है. सो शास्त्र प्रमाणम इष्ट कैलाश ब्रह्मचारी ऐसा करके रहता है. लिंक, अरे तो चैनल ढूंढना कितना समय लगता है, 1 मिनट का काम. हाँ बस. क्या क्वालिफिकेशन होना चाहिए नॉन डिफेक्टिव शब्द के लिए, तब वो जाकर शास्त्र हो सकता है. फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट थिंग इज सैव यह एव अनादि सिद्ध. फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट थिंग इज इट शुड बी अनादि सिद्ध. अभी से नहीं, उनका कोई बिगिनिंग नहीं रहता है, कोई एंडिंग नहीं है, ऐसा होना चाहिए. वो नॉन डिफेक्टिव शब्द आपसे शुरू हुआ और किसी से एंड हुआ ऐसा नहीं है. तो अनादि से रहना चाहिए पहले क्वालिफिकेशन, और सबका कारण होना चाहिए, उसी शब्द को सुनकर सृष्टि होना चाहिए, है ना. इट शुड बी द कॉज ऑफ द एवरीथिंग. एंड अब वो भी सबको ज्ञान प्रदान करने वाला होना चाहिए, माने सभी प्रकार के ज्ञान देने में समर्थ होना चाहिए. इस दुनिया में, दुनिया की बाहर, सृष्टि के अंदर, सृष्टि के बाहर, जो भी विषय चाहते उसके बारे में बोलने में समर्थ होना चाहिए, और वो सबके लिए ज्ञान देने वाला होना चाहिए. निज निज विद्वत्तेवा सर्वैहि एवा अभ्यस्यते यस्य अधिगमेन सर्वेषाम. उसको अध्ययन करने से सब कुछ नॉलेज आना चाहिए. माने ये सिंपल शास्त्र माने वो है, शास्त्र माने नॉन डिफेक्टिव शब्द ही. नॉन डिफेक्टिव शब्द तो कई जगह से अवेलेबल है, लेकिन कौन सा नॉन इफेक्टिव शब्द को आप शास्त्र बोलेंगे, जो अनादि से होना चाहिए, वो स्वतः सिद्ध होना चाहिए, वो सबका कारण होना चाहिए, जिसको अध्ययन करने से सब ज्ञान आपको आना चाहिए और सभी चीजों के बारे में बोलने में समर्थ होना चाहिए। ऐसा नॉन डिफेक्टिव शब्द कौन है? वो वही सैव वेद, वेद। So that's why nobody can bring out something else than this. So that's why Shastra is the pramana. And Guru should be, qualification of Guru is also discussed in the Hari Bhakti Vilas. So how the Guru, and also we can see in the Bhakti Sandarbha also. So how Guru should be. You can see the qualification in Hari Bhakti Vilas in the beginning only. First Vilas only we can see. Next, sadhus. How many types of sadhus? Sadhu Prakara course is there in Sadhu, Shastra, and Guru. These are the three crucial things actually. Sadhu, Shastra, and Guru, the three crucial things. This one should very clear in these things and always be in a Brahmanical culture, Brahmanical mood. Accept only pure things. Without reference, don't accept. Many times people, they say many statements. And you also have a habit of, without quoting Shastra, without quoting so at least Sadhu Vakya, just you want to speak. That means instantaneously, without any hard work, make the people, audience happy. That tendency is not good actually. Well, क्लास वो साधु होना चाहिए। साधु का मैंने वो भी मेंटल स्पेकुलेटर हैं और आप उनका लेके आके इधर मेंटल स्पेकुलेशन कर रहे हैं। वो मैं एक पर्टिकुलर नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, बट प्रिंसिपल बोल रहा हूँ।
And people give suggestions that when you speak, you should add some kind of make it more interesting so that the public.
That is different. That is different. So just to your presentation purpose, you are adding some news or something, some live incidents. That is different. We are saying that the principles actually, whatever you are presenting, that should be well thoroughly checked. Like example, Prabhuji is asking me, you mentioned the 4 types of asadhus and sadhus. I said that I can't explain now because I don't have any the pramana directly and I cannot put now just by mental speculation. इसमें ये है, इसमें ये हो सकता है, इसमें वो हो सकता है करके. Why have to speculate? Accept that I don't know. Simple, na? Then whenever you next do the hard work and try it, no, the next time class we will prepare and we will say. So that's the best. Instead of creating a disturbance in the society, becoming silent is more better. No? So better. Then whenever time comes, then we'll speak. Right thing. We'll prepare for that. It's not that you should not, one thing, as a teacher or as a preacher, we should be ready to accept. That means, if we don't know fairly, that is also Brahmanical nature, Brahmanical quality, you should accept that if you don't know, I don't know. That quality should be there. No problem, there is nothing wrong in that. It's not that we are the knowers of everything. We are also learning, na? So life itself is meant for learning. So many things we learn. So many things still we don't know. So if sometimes students also may be more intelligent, then they may ask nice questions. And if you don't know, then say, don't know. What is the wrong actually in this? Is there anything wrong? Why instead of doing a mental speculation and misguiding them and say that I don't know and prepare for that next time? That's good. So when we maintain the cleanliness in thinking and in presenting and in receiving, that will create the clean atmosphere. Then whole atmosphere will become clear. But don't see the results actually. Out of driven away by the results. So उसमें प्रामाणिकता का कोई मतलब नहीं है. बस उसका रिजल्ट है, बहुत लोग अट्रैक्ट हो रहे हैं, ऐसा हम भी बोलेंगे। तब उसका चस्का लग गया है, उसका आदत लग गया है। तब तो आपको कहाँ तक ले चले जाएगा आपको ही नहीं पता चलेगा। 10 साल में आप इतना दूर चले जाएंगे कि बहुत कुछ चीज ऑलरेडी आप गड़बड़ कर दी है, बहुत अलग अलग सिद्धांतों को एंटर करके रख दी। सो इट्स नॉट गुड एक्चुअली। देन इट्स लोक विनाशाय कल्पिते। इट इज मेंट फॉर डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ सोसाइटी।
So creative or in front of nice speech. And if he just repeats the words of the Shastra and it is bluntly given, so it may not attract many people, but is it okay? Will it be effective?
See, here Prabhupada is also speaking truth, but his books are very nice because he understands the present problems of the society, and he is not changing the information. He is not changing the validity of the data, but just he is in a easy manner is presenting. So that is how to present is different, beautifully. But here what we are saying, whatever we present, that should be a authenticated one. So that is the thing I'm saying, but beautifully presenting that. So yeah, that you can do, that will be coming by practice, by following the proper purpose, and also, so some authentic speakers, how they are presenting, you can learn. But yes, if you are not able to present so nicely, but you are able to speak truth with purity, then that will be having the impact. Purity is the force. Purity will be having, it will attract people. Pure thing will attract. But so nicely decorated, and it will be attracted the only those people who want to be cheated, and those will be attracted to you, and they will be with you, and they will also cheat you. It will happen. End of the day, that only. So nothing, no good result will be achieved. Yeah. So that's why I try to be pure actually, like Hamsas. We want to become Hamsas, not the crows. So Prabhupada is writing here, the spiritual master is one who follows the instructions of his predecessors, namely the sadhus or saintly persons. A bona fide spiritual master doesn't mention anything not mentioned in the authorized scriptures. Ordinary people have to follow the instructions of sadhu, shastra, and guru. Those statements made in the shastra and those made by bona fide sadhu or guru cannot differ from one शास्त्र से साधु और गुरु, ये तीनों कभी भी डिफर नहीं करते। इसीलिए तो एक को कंक्लूड करने के लिए, वैलिडेट करने के लिए बाकी दो को यूज करते हैं, क्योंकि ये तीनों एक ही जगह बोलते हैं। तो इसीलिए एक अननोन चीज को जानने के लिए बाकी दो को यूज करना। That's why this can be useful. They don't differ. That's why. Reciters like Suta and Magadha were confidently aware that King Prthu was an incarnation of the personality of Godhead. That means these Vandis, magadhas, they all describing the or glorifying Prthu Maharaj as per the sadhu's upadesha, not whimsically. No whimsically. Although King denied such a praise because he was not at that time exhibiting his godly qualities, the reciters didn't stop praising him. Okay. So I will, you want break? 2 घंटा हो गया, थोड़ा सा चेहरा डाउन हो गया। 10 मिनट के बाद मिलेंगे। कौन सा ब्रेक का नाम? इवनिंग ब्रेक। देयर इज नो ब्रेक फॉर मी।
सेकेंड कैंपो में भी पढ़ा था, जो महात्मा बुद्ध जो है ना वो अलग है, लेकिन भगवान बुद्ध अलग है। प्रभुपाद तात्पर्य में लिखते सेकेंड कैंपो के कौन सा चैप्टर में, 8 चैप्टर में,
फर्स्ट के थर्ड चैप्टर
में तो उसमें महात्मा बुद्ध अलग है, भगवान बुद्ध अलग है।
हाँ, कई है, कई है।
लेकिन भगवान बुद्ध जो है वो भगवान के अवतार है। वो उसी का हुआ जन्म बोध गया, जहाँ पे गया है ना, वहीं पे। तो भगवान बुद्ध और जो महात्मा बुद्ध है अलग अलग। महात्मा बुद्ध मतलब कि वो शांत थे, संत महात्मा थे, लेकिन जो भगवान बुद्ध हैं वो भगवान के अवतार हैं। तो ये गौतम बुद्ध कौन थे, ये मैं सोच रहा था, गौतम बुद्ध क्या महात्मा बुद्ध थे या वो भगवान वाले बुद्ध थे?
नहीं नहीं, वेराइटीज तो है उसमें।
पापा जी तात्पर्य नहीं लिखे, उस दिन पढ़ रहा था, देखा उस किताब लेके आऊँ क्या, दिखा तो मैं।
बाद में देखो, कल देखो। कल दूर पे जब चलो थोड़ा सा वक्त में।
शेड्यूल जो लगेगा 3:30 में शेड्यूल है ना बताते हैं।
हाँ हाँ,
तो
नवंबर में।
हाँ, तो टाइमिंग क्या रखेगा जी, जैसे कि मॉर्निंग में हम 11 to 3:30 रख सकते हैं।
हाँ
11 to 3:30
नहीं, उन लोग क्लास भी प्रिपेयर करना है मुझे, तो उन लोग कितने बजे से अप्रोच? 7 से ना?
7 बजे से।
7 से।
आप प्रसाद
हाँ
3:30 से प्रसाद पाने के लिए
हाँ।
4 से 7 करेंगे।
मुझे, मैं 3 घंटा लूंगा रोज आप लोग का।
3 लेना है।
3 घंटे।
What we can do then, Prabhu ji, 3 o'clock is the lunch time.
हाँ, तो हम लोग 11 से 2 बजे तक लेंगे
11 से 2 ले लें।
कंटिन्यूस।
ठीक है, 15-20 मिनट देखो कोई क्या देर होगा।
अब
7:15
तो हम लोग को लगभग 18 आवर्स मिलता है, 6 दिन रहेंगे ना?
6 दिन नहीं, 5 दिन होता है नहीं।
नहीं नहीं, 6 दिन दिए मुझे।
6 दिन नहीं, सैटरडे भी दिए हैं।
सैटरडे भी है, पता नहीं, तो वो लोग 6 दिन
ठीक
दिए।
है ठीक है, एक मिनट बता रहे हैं। 5th से स्टार्ट है ना?
3rd से।
सॉरी 3rd से लेके
यस।
नवंबर ना, कोर्स का नाम बताएं, कोर्स का नाम क्या रख सकते हैं? 3rd to 8th राइट।
3rd का ट्यूसडे है क्या?
नवंबर
एक मिनट देखता हूँ।
3rd मंडे।
हाँ?
मंडे
मंडे है ना? हाँ, मंडे से
सैटरडे।
सैटरडे तक 6 दिन है। तो हम लोग
टॉपिक क्या
गुरु प्रकरण करेंगे।
ग्रुप करा
एक उसके
2 हो जाएंगे।
एक उसके लिए तो 14 घंटा लगते हैं।
2 घंटा अंदर से।
ओके, गुरु प्रकरण 14 घंटा।
तो मेरे से यंगस्टर्स हैं या सास प्रमाणम कितना घंटा लगेगा?
हाँ, उन लोगों को अजामिल की स्टोरी करेंगे, बहुत अजामिल की स्टोरी का
सिद्धांत नाम नाम होगा।
नाम बात नाम बड़ा।
ग्लोरीज ऑफ होली ने, नहीं तो अजामिल का ही, उससे बहुत कुछ उन लोगों
सिद्धांत क्या
का
आएगा?
सिद्धांत निकल के
सिद्धांत क्या
आएगा।
कवर होगा?
हाँ?
सिद्धांत क्या कवर होगा? मेन सिद्धांत है।
उसमें होली नेम के प्रति अपराध, और मैंने पूरा दुनिया को हम लोग
विजन से
डिविजन्स बना के देख सकते हैं। माने भक्त, कर्मीस, देवता वर्शिपर्स, उसके बाद डिवोटीज, अजामिल टाइप डिवोटीज। तो उससे क्या होगा कि ओवरऑल क्लियर आइडिया आ जाएगा, एक्चुअली दे विल गेट। सो इसका लगेगी प्रभु, तो हमको वो केवल उसी श्लोक का जो भी है ना कमेंट्री पढ़ाऊंगा, तो उसका 3.5 घंटा 6 घंटा लगता है उस पर
6 घंटा हो जाएगा। बाकी
गुरु प्रकार करने।
ग्रुप प्रकार प्लस जनरल स्टोरी।
हाँ, तो इससे क्या होगा कि एक हो जाएगा। वो उसका 10 घंटा लगता है, इससे 6 घंटा, टोटल 18 आवर्स मिल रहा है, कन्वीनियंटली हो जाएगा।
3-4 महीने
नए लोगों को अच्छा लगेगा वो।
3-4 महीने
हाँ?
शाम को ये दिन को
हाँ?
हाँ वही 3-7 भी
3 से 8 ना द्वारका में
द्वारका में।
नवंबर 3 से 8
हाँ हाँ,
द्वारका
तो
में।
ये कोई शाम को कहते हैं हफ्ते वाले दिन।
हाँ शाम होते हुए ना दोपहर 11 से 2 करेंगे, 3 घंटा करेंगे।
3 से मैं
11 से 2
हाँ हाँ
11 से 2 ना
हाँ
11 o'clock to 2
हाँ,
o'clock।
11 to 2। थोड़ा सा क्योंकि उन लोगों का भी थोड़ा
जानकारी में
तैयारी करना है, वो थोड़ा समय।
ठीक है, तो हम सब कुछ मंदिर को ज्वाइन करें।
और शाम को हम जो लास्ट 2 दिन रहेगा उसमें क्योंकि यूथ वर्किंग लोग शायद ना आ पाए, तो एटलीस्ट शाम लास्ट वाले में तो फ्राइडे संडे आ जाएंगे। अब वापस से निकल रहे वहां से
नहीं, इमीडिएटली चलेगा।
संडे क्लास है, संडे शाम में संडे निकलेंगे,
संडे मॉर्निंग चलेगा।
संडे मॉर्निंग जाएंगे। एक बीच में भागवत बात रखेंगे,
हाँ
सिंपल सी चल रहा होगा। ये टेंपल वाली संडे जाएंगे ना, खराब इस पर्सन इसमें हो गया ये तो भागवत।
कोई टेंपल में ये पीवी वाला प्रिंसिपल मतलब ये है प्रिंसिपल साधु 9 ये कॉमन लोगों के लिए ये भी कहने इस पे
स्पेशल टॉपिक रखते हैं।
यार साधु गुरु साथ इन लैंग्वेज है कुछ भी है तो बस टॉपिक है सब
आपको जो भी चीज कहना है जैसे वर्णाश्रम
मैंने ये पब्लिक के लिए बोला।
हाँ हाँ मतलब क्या करेंगे, श्लोक जो चल रहा है उस श्लोक को नहीं लेंगे भागवतों का,
अच्छा।
वो पहले बात कर लेंगे। तो जो आप मैसेज देना चाहते हैं, अभी जो सबसे करंट नीड चैट
मुझे अभी टाइम है ना, मैं सोच रहा हूँ।
अभी लोग
हम दोनों ने यहाँ सुनते निकाल हम
ओन टेक्नोलॉजी एंड वैदिक लाइफ करके दे दीजिए सब।
Will try.
क्योंकि ये ज्यादा परेशान कर रहे हैं, ज्यादा परेशान नहीं कर रहे
यूथ जनरेशन से काफी पसंद
हैं।
है
ये क्लास में इतना मैसेज चला जाएगा जिससे GPT AI वगैरह होगा।
हम लोग पूरी यूथ बाहर यूज कर देंगे
ओके ठीक है।
एक टॉपिक नाम दे देंगे कुछ, इसका क्या नाम दे सकते हैं?
वो मैं सबके लिए।
नहीं, जो ये भागवतम क्लास का टॉपिक नाम देंगे ना तो हो जाएगा।
अच्छा मैं बोलता हूँ।
हाँ, कुछ सोचने से जैसे कि हाउ मच टेक्नोलॉजी हेल्पिंग डिवोटीज, ऐसा लगना चाहिए। चीटिंग टेक्नोलॉजी बूनर कर्स करके ना, तो आप पूरा अच्छे से वर्णाश्रम वो
अरे नहीं,
हाँ वो भी खा
उल्टी आ जाएगी।
नहीं कोई नहीं, चक्कर आएगा, चक्कर आएगा
तो हमारा कल्चर अच्छा है हेयरिंग कल्चर हम सब आते नहीं बहुत
ये वाला श्लोक है, ये वाला श्लोक
तो
होता है भगवान बुद्ध का यह अवतार और आधुनिक मानव इतिहास के अवतारी बुद्ध एक नहीं है।
हाँ वो तो नहीं।
श्री जीव गोस्वामी के अनुसार इस श्लोक में वर्णित बुद्ध अवतार एक अन्य कलयुग में हुआ था। तो बुद्ध का, भगवान बुद्ध का जो अवतार
मैंने हर कलयुग में जो बुद्ध होते हैं ठीक ना, वो भगवान नहीं होते हैं। तो भगवान अवतार एक ही कलयुग में है और वो ये बात होती है। जीव को संग श्लोक में कौन सा श्लोक होगी?
ये सेकंड के 7 चैप्टर है, 7 चैप्टर।
हाँ मैं देख के बोलता हूँ, मैं कमेंट जीव को संग बोले हैं।
तो ये मैं समझना चाहता हूँ कि जो भगवान बुद्ध का अवतार किसी दूसरे कलयुग में हुए थे, भगवान
यस 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 यस, उन बुद्ध के बारे में इधर कहा जाए।
तो जो महात्मा बुद्ध है
वो अलग,
वो जो है भक्त वाला बुद्ध है। भक्त
वक्त नहीं, वो नहीं का फिलॉसफी बोलने वाले। जैसे कभी कभी ब्रह्मा जी भगवान ही आते हैं ना, रुद्र भी भगवान आते हैं वैसे।
अच्छा, शंकराचार्य जैसे, शंकराचार्य के अनुयायी भी शंकराचार्य कहलाते हैं। ऐसे ही
कैसे कैसे
तो मुझे ये समझना चाहिए कि जो गौतम बुद्ध थे ना, वो भगवान वाले बुद्ध थे
नहीं,
या
नहीं, वो
भक्त
नहीं।
वाले बुद्ध?
भगवान नहीं।
भगवान नहीं है गौतम।
अच्छा अच्छा,
इस बार के बता दो, इस बार में जो गौतम बुद्ध है
वो नहीं है।
जो बात चलती है ना जनरली, वो साक्त सिंह बुद्ध बोलते हैं। गोपाल जी कहीं भागवत में कहीं लिखते हैं उस बात में, बाकी कुछ भक्त मतलब कहीं तो मेंशन है, प्रमाणित जगह मेंशन है। सच जी के समय मिल सकता, पता नहीं मुझे, शायद उस सवाल में जी के समय सब कुछ
वही सेकंड कैंट 7 चैप्टर में जी को संग।
ये बताएंगे क्या रोज बाद में?
हाँ चलो क्लास स्टार्ट करेंगे, अभी तो पूरा चैप्टर पूरा करना है मुझे।
by mercy we started preaching in village Iskcon में। जो आप कल बता रहे थे ना, उसी पैटर्न पे हमने स्टार्ट कर दिया।
वेरी गुड।
एक्चुअली हमने भी जहाँ पे हम स्टार्ट किए विलेज कोचिंग में, वहाँ पे राधा गोविंद को मैनेज कर संगीत साइकिल फिर हमको एक जगह इकट्ठा करके फिर हमने रिसेंटली 10 दिन तक
आसन बदल में
तो रिसेंटली हम लोग प्रोग्राम किया था जहाँ पे 300 लोग आए। हमारा टारगेट मुझे क्या है कि हम जैसे आप बता रहे थे प्लान बोला, तो ये मेरे को आइडिया नहीं था, लेकिन पहले हम एक प्लान बनाया था कि हम एक गाँव को सुंदर बनाएंगे 3 साल के अंदर।
यस यस
इसके अंदर हम उसको रोजगार भी देंगे, एजुकेशन भी देंगे,
यस
उनको अच्छे से मोटिवेट भी करेंगे
यस,
और बहुत लोग अच्छे तरीके से गाइड करेंगे।
बेस्ट है।
और
अब तो प्रधानमंत्री से अप्रोच कर सकते
हाँ, पहले हम सुंदर बना लेंगे
हैं। यस
और हम सीएसआर के थ्रू फंडिंग भी लेंगे और मेडिकल कैंप भी रखें।
यस
प्लान है कि पूरी 1500 वोट है और हम 700 के 800 लोगों के हाथ में आई थिंक 1 से 1.5 साल में चुनाव हुआ है पंचायत राज का अपना फिर ग्राम पंचायत में रहा जितनी भी फंडिंग आएगा वो प्लान बना रही पूरे। और ये भगवान की कृपा से ना हर एक ग्रुप में स्टार्ट हुआ है। इस्कॉन के डिवोटी स्टार्ट किए उसका सुबह में आप लाइव देखेंगे ना तो कम से कम तो 1 लाख 1.5 लाख आसपास लाइव होता है।
और एक है जो गुरुकुलों में बच्चे पढ़ेंगे, अभी मैं वर्कआउट कर रहा हूँ, एक यूनिवर्सिटी है नेशनल साइंस यूनिवर्सिटी तिरुपति में,
उधर गौड़ी वैष्णव फिलॉसफी स्टार्ट की हम लोग, स्टार्ट करने के लिए प्लान। तो पूरा उसमें संदर्भ भागवत कमेंट्री से ही पढ़ाएंगे, सिलेबस में सेट किया है। तो जो बच्चे गुरुकुल में ब्राह्मणिकल बच्चे जो हैं, यदि 11वीं 12वीं तक मैंने पढ़ के, उसके बाद उन लोगों को गवर्नमेंट से सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए तो उधर यूनिवर्सिटी में ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं। अच्छा, तो उससे पूरा हम ही लोग पढ़ाएंगे, मैं भी गेस्ट प्रोफेसर के रूप में जाऊंगा। तो उधर पूरा सिलेबस मैं ही सेट किया, मैं और 2 डिवोटीज, और एकदम हम लोगों की गौड़ी वैष्णव फिलॉसफी ही पढ़ाएंगे, कुछ नहीं, और सर्टिफिकेट भी आएगा। मैं इसे गुरुकुल से बोल के रखना चाहता हूँ कि आपको बच्चों को इस एरिया में हम हेल्प कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि उन लोगों को जीवन में भक्ति भी सीखेंगे और भक्ति शास्त्र भी सीखेंगे, सर्टिफिकेट भी आएगा। मुझे कोई जैसे कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी जो जैसे है, उसको कैसे करेंगे?
मैंने उसको चाहे तो, नहीं चाहे तो भी बस ठीक है। तो ये कि किसी किसी को सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए बोलते हैं ना, नहीं चाहिए तो भी वो शास्त्र पढ़ने के लिए उधर आ सकते हैं।
अच्छा अच्छा।
शास्त्र पढ़ना है तो पूरा उधर उधर माहौल बनाया गया है ना, बना जाएगा। और एक है ये गुरुकुल, भक्ति वेदांता गुरुकुल इंटरनेशनल स्कूल, उसमें भी संस्कृत महाविद्यालय स्टार्ट किया गया। इस बार पुराण इतिहास स्टार्ट किया गया, उसमें पूरा है मैक्सिमम पुराण वैष्णव पुराण ही रहता है। उधर से भी आप बच्चों को उधर भेजेंगे तो भी उधर भी वो लोग शास्त्र पढ़ेंगे। उधर भी मैं अभी इधर पढ़ाने के बाद आप लोगों को नेक्स्ट उधर ही जा रहा हूँ, उधर लोगों को सुंदरकांड पढ़ाना है, और वैष्णव गौड़ी वैष्णव फिलॉसफी, शुद्ध भक्ति, वैदिक साधना भक्ति, रागान भक्ति, यही उसमें वो भी है एक पेपर। और एक पेपर ब्रह्म पुराण का है, तो उसमें पूरा पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र का महात्म्य, पूरी जगन्नाथपुरी का महात्म्य है। इसीलिए हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं कि जितना हो सके एकेडमिक लेवल पर भी हम लोगों का एक कोर्सेस रहे। तो उससे क्या होता है कि हमारा बच्चे गुरुकुल में पढ़ेंगे, दूसरा तरफ ज्ञान भी रहेगा उनके पास, सर्टिफिकेट भी रहेगा, जिससे क्या होगा कि वो हमारा डिपार्टमेंट का प्रोफेसर बनेगा नेक्स्ट। और कई कॉलेजेस में हम लोग सेम कोर्स स्टार्ट करेंगे बॉडी वैष्णविज्म। तो क्योंकि हम लोग यूटिलाइज देयर यूनिवर्सिटी से फॉर आवर पर्पस।
तो खास करके गाँव के बच्चे आज के लिए सिलेक्ट होते हैं उसकी संस्कृत पढ़ने मार्केट में देखा होता है उसको जोड़ देंगे। वहाँ से स्टूडेंट को हम लेके स्टार्टिंग हम फॉर्मेटिंग कर सकते हैं संस्कृत में।
यस यस, कुछ लोग, सब नहीं,
सब नहीं कर।
हाँ, जैसे क्वालिटीज है उन लोगों में।
हाँ।
मैं एक वर्णाश्रम करिकुलम करके एक फाइल बनाया है, वो मैं आपको शेयर करता हूँ। उसमें जो भी फील्ड्स हैं, उस फील्ड्स में एक एक एक्सपर्ट को आप ढूंढिए, और उस फील्ड में आप, माने जो बच्चे हैं, जो यंगस्टर्स हैं, उस फील्ड के लिए प्रमोट करो उन लोग उस फील्ड में वर्कआउट करने के लिए। तो तब क्या होगा, 5 साल के बाद आपको 10 फील्ड के एक्सपर्ट्स मिल जाएगा। उससे आप क्या करेंगे, वर्णाश्रम कॉलेज स्टार्ट करें, प्रभुपाद चाहे थे, तब वो पूरा गांव वाले को ट्रेन कर सकते। लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए प्लान करना चाहिए। एक तो विलेज को अडाप्ट करके उसको रिफॉर्म मॉडलिंग करना है, दूसरा फ्यूचर में उस 10 गांव को, उधर 10-15 गांव को रहने वाले यूथ को, युवा पीढ़ियों को आप ट्रेन कर सके, इसीलिए एक कॉलेज स्टार्ट करने वर्णाश्रम कॉलेज। उसमें टीचर्स चाहिए, टीचर्स भी अभी से एक एक जो भी आपसे कनेक्टेड हो रहे हैं उनको एक एक फील्ड में एक्सपर्ट बनाओ, प्रमोट करो, एंकरेज करो। जैसा काउ प्रोडक्शन, एक एक ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग, एक धर्मशास्त्र, एक वास्तु, एक आयुर्वेद, एक ज्योतिष, और एक इस प्रकार, मैंने पूरा लाइफ स्टाइल के लिए जितना लाइफ साइंसेस है, उन सभी साइंसेस में आपको, आपके पास एक्सपर्ट्स रहना चाहिए। देन यू विल स्टार्ट ए वन कॉलेज। व्हाट इज एडवांटेज ऑफ दिस? लॉन्ग रन, you can every village you can make them. You can bring the people to this college and they will train and they will go and start their activities. अभी आपको ऐसा लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए एजुकेशनल प्लान नहीं करेंगे, केवल आप उधर में रहने वाले हर वक्त इधर उधर सीखो और उधर ही टीचर्स ग्रुप में ग्रूमिंग नहीं करेंगे, तब तो आपके पास रोज का रोज, मानी विलेज को बदलने के लिए आपके पास टीम नहीं रहेगा। अंडरस्टैंडिंग Prabhupada's plan you should follow. This is Prabhupada idea, 1974. Varnashrama college. This concept you heard? I will discuss further. We'll discuss after class. We'll start class now. अरे अच्छे बच्चे आ जाऊंगा, तो ये क्लास खत्म होने के बाद प्रसाद लेंगे।
वही
टिफिन तो रखा खाऊं तो मैंने इस तरह
ठीक। प्लीज, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Let us continue our discussion. Nalam vayamti mahimanu varnane yo deva varyo tatanaya vena tajasya chaparvashani te vachaspatina vivagrumurdiya. Translation, anyone wants to?
That is right. Clearly, you are a direct incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu. And by His causeless mercy, you have descended on this earth. Therefore, it is not possible for us to actually glorify the Lord activity. Although you have appeared through the body of King Vena, even great orators and speakers like Lord Brahma and other demigods cannot exactly describe the glorious activities of your lordship.
Yes. Reciters, they are saying that. So it's not possible to glorify the glories of Lord, because not possible means in what sense? Lord is having the innumerable qualities and no one can cover all the qualities. In that sense, it is said that not possible. It's not that not at all possible. So that means we should take, but it's not possible to describe Brahman. Brahman and Bhagavan, if you see, can you express Bhagavan with the words? Huh? No. Can you express Brahman with the words? Huh? Can you express Brahman with the words? No. Can you describe Brahman with the words? No. Because? What is the reason? Why we can't express? Why Brahman cannot be expressed by words?
Quality. This Bhagavan,
Words, can they describe Brahman or not? What Parshid Maharaj is saying, Brahman brahmanyariddeshye nirgune gunavrittaya katam charanti srutayah sakshat sadasatah pare. So the point is, Brahman is anirdeshya. That means it cannot be described by the words. Anirdeshya means which can't be described in words. Nirguna, it is not having any qualities. And that's why he's asking question. Katam srutaya charanti. How then Srutis are describing about the Brahman? Gunavrittaya. Here is one more important point. Like example, please try to understand why I'm giving an example. Like in this Prakriti, we have sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. If you are not given with the senses, like example, someone is also deaf and is also blind. He is deaf and blind. He can't hear and he can't see. For him, is it possible to know about a beautiful picture? Huh? He is blind and also he is deaf. So here what Parshit Maharaj is saying, for a blind and deaf person, how it is impossible to know the form of a picture or colors and so on. So form of a picture. Similarly, for a person, for a jivatma which is covered with the avidya, if it is not given with the senses, can it know about these sense objects, form, taste, and these things? Yes. So how it is indescribable for that jivatma without senses? Similarly, Brahman is also cannot be described by Shrutis. Shrutis cannot describe. So, like person, how one cannot know form and these and so on, so gunavratyaha. That means, so these sense objects without senses, how we cannot know. Then, if you don't know, if you don't have any senses for that person, if someone is deaf, dumb, and also his skin is not sensing, and is not able to smell, and is not able to hear, and for such a person, if you ask him the shape of a laddu, taste of a laddu, his tongue is also not functioning. For him, how the laddu will appear? Who doesn't have taste in a tongue? Who doesn't have eyes to see? Who doesn't have ears to hear? And who doesn't have any sensation in the nose? And whose skin is not sensing, not having the ability of sensing the things. And for a such person, if we keep a laddu, how it will be? It will be anirdeshyam. Yes or no? Can it be describable can you describe that object? Can you know that object? No. Similarly, for us, Brahman is like that. Brahman is anirdeshyam. Okay. Then how one can able to realize Brahman? That means Shastra is not able to describe Brahman because Brahman is not having any gunas. Nirguna. No form, no shape, no nothing. But Bhagavan actually he has have the form and your eyes can recognize the material form. So that's why when you hear that Lord is having the Pankajaksha, that means he's having the eyes like petals. So when you hear this word, then your mind is immediately, so after hearing these words, your mind is imagining the what? So material petals and material eyes. When you hear the Lord about Pankajaksha, what you will be remembering? In your mind, who is coming? Material form, material petal will come and material eye will come. And you will make the imagination, your spurana, that kind material spurana will happen to your mind. But this mind is directly touching the original eyes and of the Lord, lotus eyes of the Lord. No. But when I say if you already saw the Himalayas, now if you hear the word Himalayas, then your mind is going to the Himalayas. Which Himalayas it is touching? Original Himalayas. Because Himalayas is under the mind approach. Mind can approach material things, but this material mind cannot approach spiritual forms. But when you hear descriptions of the Lord, in this way, Lord is also anirdeshyam. Yes or no? Even spiritual Lord and his features also anirdeshyam for material senses. But still, when we hear about the Lord's descriptions in the Shastra, when your mind is trying to go, everyone is following or not what I am saying. Huh? So our material mind is imagining, so the material lotus petals and material eyes, and thinking that we are remembering Lord. And Lord is approving that actually. He is thinking me only. It is whose mercy? Lord's mercy. This is the greatness of Lord actually. So, example is, this is a 10 rupees note, is just a paper, but it is approved by the state government or central government as a worth of 10 rupees. So that's why it is 10 rupees worth. Similarly, these activities, when you hear Shastra and when your material mind is going to the descriptions of the Lord when it is hearing the material descriptions, and then your mind is going on the material objects, but still Lord is considering that this devotee is thinking about me only. And he is validating this action as a devotional activity. And whose mercy, Baba? Lord's mercy. This is the greatness of Lord. We should not be proud of that we are doing devotion. Actually, even in the deity, so our material mind is, of course, his deity is not different from the Lord. So, but when you see that deity, are you seeing originally personality of Godhead? You are seeing the features of the stone. But Lord is validating your darshan is darshan of the Lord only. He is considering. There is a mercy of the Lord. Greatness of the Lord. So, Lord is having, and what he will do then? When you engage your senses like this, then he will sanctions and he will make your mind and senses pure. Tada rajastamo bhavaha chetayetairanaviddham stitam sattve prasidati. So he will purify and he will make your senses transcendental, and at that time, by his mercy only you are able to get the transcendental eyes. By seeing your endeavors like this is known as sadhana bhakti actually. You are engaging your material senses, and he is considering it is all his spiritual, you are doing spiritual activities like that. He considers out of his mercy, and he makes your senses spiritual. Everything, we are nothing. This Jiva Atma is so nothing, is nothing. We are nothing. And that is the way we should be humble actually. A real humbleness should be cultivated by the proper knowledge. Not that थोड़ा समय के लिए humble बन जाएंगे. वो humble नहीं, वो humbleness ज़्यादा समय नहीं रखता है. We should, with the proper knowledge, we should be humble.
Not behavior.
This is I opened this 10th canto, 87th chapter, sloka number 1. Yeah, 1 and 2.
Things like that.
That's Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary. This is 10th canto, 87th Vedastuti. Yes. Vedastuti, yes, this commentary. Buddhindriya mana pranan jana nama srujat prabhu matra cha bhavarcha atmanye kalpanaya cha. Parikshit Maharaj asked question that how Brahman can be described by the Vedas. Actually, Vedas cannot describe Brahman because eto vacho nivartante. Vedas also cannot describe. Similarly, Vedas also cannot describe the Lord also. Vastavam. Because Lord is having the infinite qualities. In this sense, they also cannot describe. Brahman cannot be described because it is not having any qualities or any form or anything. That cannot be expressed by the words. And Lord also cannot be described because he is having the unlimited qualities. So that's the point actually. So yato vacho nivartanti is applied to the Brahman also, it is also applied to the Bhagavan also. Because he is having the innumerable qualities, and Vedas are tired actually. They can't reach the end of the glories of the Lord. Even Lord doesn't know his end of his glories. Who is saying this? Brahmaji is saying it in 2nd canto, in chapter number 7. Yes. Yeah. It's unlimited qualities he is having. लेकिन हमारा बुद्धि में अभी 10 भी नहीं आता है. अभी खड़ा करके पूछेंगे तो कितना बोलो, 4-5 बोल के और क्या. So this is actually Lord's mercy. So how for the sense object, if there are no senses for the Jivatma, how to, so can he imagine about the sense objects? It's impossible. No? So similarly, Brahman is also, in that way, Brahman is also impossible to describe. For a blind, deaf, and who he is a blind and deaf person, for him, if you ask him to describe about a picture which is drawn on the board, it's completely for him, he can't describe. Similarly, Brahman is also like that. But Lord, out of mercy, he is giving the senses to the Jivatma. That's why this Jivatma is able to perceive sense objects in this universe. And we have started enjoying. If this Jivatma, which is there in the Mahavishnu's body, which is covered with the avidya, for that, if Lord doesn't give the senses and he created sense objects, then what will happen? Can he perceive the Jivatma? Can he enjoy his karma? Can he enjoy his karma? Can he do any further karma? No. Out of mercy, he is giving senses. Buddhindriya manah prana jananam asrujat. For the living entities, he created senses out of his mercy. So Jivatma with his karma, with avidya is lying in his body, and it is not having any tools with him to enjoy its karma. But Lord is out of mercy. He is taking out all these Jivatmas and he is creating all the sense objects and he is providing actually. Then you are enjoying. It is a mercy of the Lord. The way Jivatma is incompetent to perceive the sense objects. But when he provides senses, then you are able to enjoy the sense objects. Similarly, even Brahman is inconceivable and indescribable for the Jivatma. But by Srutis also it cannot be described. But how it is realized then? How it is realized? By his mercy it is realized. That's why Jnani is also, end of the day, to realize, to become one with Brahman, what they need. Mam chayu avyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate. When they do bhakti, by that he will feel, oh, this Jnani is hankering for the realizing my impersonal form. So let me get that realization. He provides. How it happens is indescribable. It's not possible for us to describe how Brahman realization happens. How the senses are becoming the spiritual, it is also beyond our understanding. ये भौतिक बुद्धि से नहीं हो पाता. This is the greatness of the Lord. Why we are discussing this is the point. So eto vachana, even the Vedas cannot cover all the glories of the Lord. And this is the same point they are saying. The Vandis and magadhas, my dear Lord, your qualities are innumerable qualities you have, and it's impossible for us to describe all those qualities. You are the direct incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, and by His causeless mercy you have descended on the earth. Therefore, it is not possible for us to actually glorify your exalted activities. He is innumerable. The Lord and His incarnations are fully independent. ऐसा नहीं सोच रहे कि बुद्धि से अरे तो वेन की मरा हुआ देह से निकल के आया, ये भी तो देह से आया. ऐसा चीपली नहीं सोचना चाहिए. Because the incarnations are out of what? Yoga Maya, not by the Mahamaya. Although born out of the so-called dead body of King Vena, King Prthu was still an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by the Lord's internal potency, by the Yoga Maya. The Lord can appear in any family. Sometimes He appears as a fish, an incarnation, or a boar incarnation. Thus, the Lord is completely free and independent to appear anywhere and everywhere by His internal potency. So, that's why this is the missing point. We have to preach this only mainly. People, because of the influence of Mayavadis, they think Lord is also out of Maya. But Lord is not out of Maya. Lord is ultimately out of His Swarupa Shakti. He is a transcendental Shakti. And in society, what has happened? This caste, birth-based caste system and Mayavada philosophy. That means worshipping Vishnu also like other demigods. This is the major problem actually. 90% people still they are only there on the name of so-called Hindus. This is the challenging actually. That's why Prabhupada is always attacking Nirvishesha Sunyavadi. Paschatya Destar. These Nirvisheshavadis. Their understanding, everyone's understanding is Vishnu is also like other demigods. So easily they take. And everyone, that's why they equate everyone. Everyone is same. They immediately, directly committing the second offense. So Namaprada, second Namaprada is there with them. And because of these offenses only, the holy name is not giving any effect for them. This offensive nature. So on karmis, they think that bhakti is meant for helping the karma. भक्ति करने से हमारा कर्म सफल होता है, ये सोचना भी गलत है। ये भी एक्चुअली कर्म की असिस्टेंट भक्ति को बनाना ये भी एक अपराध है, ये 8वां अपराध। पूरा दुनिया का यही मामला चला। इंडिया का सो कॉल्ड इंडिया is deceived by these thoughts actually. Many people they say we are so spiritualist, Hindu, this, that, but fundamental understanding is missing. Second offense, 8th offense. Lord can appear in any family. Sometimes he appears as a fish. Matsya Avtara or Borikashwara Avtara. We should therefore reject the Mayavad explanations that the Lord appears in a body given by the external potency. This is Mayavad philosophy. Vidya Pratibhimbita Chaitanya. That means he appeared in the material body. But what they say? It is a better material body, they say. Our material body is out of avidya and his material body is out of vidya. It's more sattva guna is there, that's all. That much credit only they give. Is out of body but little bit advanced body. So ये पॉइंट प्रभुपाद जी कितना बार बोलते हैं एक्चुअली, एक स्कंद में कम से कम 50 बार रहते हैं यही पॉइंट। क्यों इतना बार रिपीट करते हैं? क्योंकि यही थाट अभी भी दुनिया में माने हमारा स्पेशली सो कॉल्ड हिंदूज, इंडियंस, सब में यही थाट अभी भी डीपली है एक्चुअली। इसको आप सीरियसली लेना चाहिए। बार बार प्रभुपाद क्यों बोलते हैं, ऐसा उधर हल्का मत हो जाओ। तो ये है रोग है, इसीलिए रोग ज्यादा, इसका जो रोग ज्यादा रहते हैं उसी का फोकस किया जाता है एक्चुअली। Considering Vishnu as other demigods is the fundamental problem. Considering Bhakti is an assistant to the karma. कर्म सफल होने के लिए थोड़ा भगवान की नाम लेना है, हरि नाम लेना है। बहुत लोग बोलते हैं ऐसा, काशी में पढ़ा है एक्चुअली, बहुत ऐसा बहुत लोग रहते। तो जैसा बाकी देवताओं की स्तुति करते हैं जैसा भी पुराणों में, सो नहीं तो जैसा देवी सप्तशती है, देवी का नाम ले लो, और उसमें क्या करते वो लोग, तो कोई संकल्प लेते हैं, संकल्प लेकर उस संकल्प पूरा होने के लिए ये नाम जप करते हैं। और वैसा ही भगवान के नाम भी जप करते हैं। एक संकल्प माने उनका बिजनेस बड़ा होना चाहिए। जैसे दिल्ली में रहने वाले क्या करते हैं, ये बिजनेस वाले, तो काशी में रहने वाले को फंड करते हैं एक्चुअली, तो मेरा बिजनेस सक्सेस होना चाहिए करके ये लोग, इधर का व्यापारी लोग, तो उनको अपॉइंट करते 1 महीना, तो बिजनेस फलाना फलाना व्यक्ति का बिजनेस डेवलप होना चाहिए, और उसका एक माने संकल्प लेकर उसके साथ साथ मंत्र, आगे एक मंत्र पीछे मंत्र, तो साथ में ही इस प्रकार 1 महीना 10 ब्राह्मणों को लगा के रोज 3 घंटा ऐसा कराते हैं। उसका रिजल्ट आता है, क्योंकि वो कलयुग पुराण में रहता प्रोसीजर है ये, ऐसा नहीं कि विम्सकली करते वो लोग, पुराण में रहा हुआ प्रोसीजर, वो यही कर्मकांडी है एक्चुअली। तो कर्मकांड जो वेद में है वो उस वेद का एक्सप्लेनेशन ही पुराण है। वेदम पुराण इतिहासाभ्याम वेदम समुपब्रह्महेत। तो वेद में रहने वाला कर्मकांड को आप पुराणों में भी देख सकते हैं, समझ में रहे हैं? तो इसीलिए कर्मकांड मैंने केवल वेद मत सोचिए, पुराणों में भी, काफी पुराणों में, अग्नि पुराण है, और कई पुराणों में आपको ये मंत्र जप करो इतना बार आपका ये फल आता है करके भी लिखा रहता है। वो सेक्शंस को लेकर अपना संकल्प, बिजनेस का जो भी डेवलपमेंट के लिए संकल्प बना के उसके साथ मंत्र लगा के पढ़ते हैं, तब बिजनेस डेवलप होता है। ऐसा वो लोग दिन भर यही करते हैं, बच्चे पाठ करते हैं, मंत्र पाठ, और पैसा एकदम एक महीने में 20-25 हजार मिलेगा, ऐसा 3 महीना में इकट्ठा करेगा, एक बाइक खरीदेगा, और चोटी पहन के पीछे, चोटी ब्राह्मण में चोटी भी रहता है, धोती पहनते हैं, बाइक लेके चश्मा पहन के सर्रन चलते हैं। सोचते हैं कि वो मैं इंजीनियर्स की जैसे क्यों नहीं रह पा रहा हूँ, दुखी है हूँ। ऐसा नहीं, ये सब खरीदे। एक ऐसा 90% वैसे ही लोग हैं, आपको भी यही लोग मिलते हैं। इधर इधर से ही फंडिंग होता है एक्चुअली, दिल्ली से ही। इधर बिजनेस वाले ज्यादा करते हैं। इंस्टा कर लेते हैं। माने उस समय क्या कर रहे हैं, हरि नाम, कृष्ण विष्णु का नाम किसके लिए ले रहे हैं, संकल्प, संकल्प किसके, कर्म के लिए संकल्प है। उसके साथ साथ विष्णु का नाम जोड़ दिया, क्यों, तो वो संकल्प सक्सेस हो जाए। ये क्या हो गया, कर्म का अंग बना गया भक्ति को, विष्णु का नाम लेना, यही कर्म कांड है। मान इसी को, ये कौन सा अपराध हो गया, 8वां हो गया। लेकिन 8 ऑफेंस होते तो भी भक्ति महाराज बहुत कृपालु हैं, उन्होंने ये सब नौकरी बना, तो कृपा से उनको फल तो देती है, कर्म का फल का देती है, संकल्प का फल मिल जाएगा। सो ऐसा संकल्प लेना कर्म बोलते हैं। तो अभी कर्म का अंतर्भूत हो गया हरि नाम लेना, तब वो भक्ति महाराज इतना कृपालु है, लेकिन वो व्यक्ति जो भी है वो अपराधी हो गया, यजमान भी है और बोलने वाले दोनों, दोनों अपराधी है। तो ऐसा हृदय क्या होता है, इस प्रकार की कार्य करके एकदम जल जाता है, चले हो गया। तो ऐसा लोग आपको, आप भगवान का हरिनाम बोलते तो भी ग्लोरीज को टच नहीं करते हृदय को। और कुछ लोग हैं मायावादी, मायावादी क्या है, भगवान भी एक माया से ही निर्मित है, एक देवताओं के जैसा, लेकिन थोड़ा अच्छा शरीर है, शास्त्रों गुणों से बना है, उस प्रकार की भावना से है। और यही प्रचार होता है 99% सोसाइटी में, हम लोग कितना है, 1% भी नहीं सोसाइटी में। और यही पॉइंट प्रोपा जी बोल रहे बार बार, आप इसके ऊपर ध्यान दीजिए। क्या बोलते हैं, द लॉर्ड ऑल्सो, हिज बॉडी इज ऑल्सो आउट ऑफ मैटर एक्चुअली, दे थिंक। But Lord appears by the internal potency. So these karmakandis will become devotees only by the your kripa, your association. So जितना शक्ति रहेगा आपका भक्ति में, उन लोगों का उद्धार उतना होगा। यदि भक्ति में शक्ति नहीं हमारा पास, हमारा भक्ति तीव्र नहीं, भक्ति स्ट्रांग नहीं है, तब उनको हम कुछ भी इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं कर पाएंगे। इसलिए स्ट्रांग भक्ति कैन इम्पैक्ट देम। Although burnt out of the so-called dead body of King Vena, King Prthu was still an incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead by the Lord's internal potency. दिस आइडिया ही नहीं इंटरनल पोटेंसी कराता है, क्योंकि उनकी उनके सिद्धांत के अनुसार क्या है, एब्सोल्यूट ट्रूथ में, एब्सोल्यूट ट्रूथ माने ब्रह्मन, ब्रह्मन का कोई शक्ति ही नहीं है। तो इसीलिए इनको इंटरनल पोटेंसी को शाश्वत रूप में, परम तत्व के रूप में मानना उनका बचता ही नहीं है। तो वो आप ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, आपको सामने व्यक्ति का क्या कमी है ये जानना है, तभी आप अटैक कर सकते हैं। इसी को बोलते भक्ति तीव्र मन है। You should be able to understand the position of the opposite person's problem. His position is problem. उन लोगों को बात, उनकी समस्या क्या है, उन्होंने किस स्थिति में है। ऐसा बहुत सेठ जी लोग हैं, बैठे रहते हैं, इतना देवताओं का फोटो लगा के एकदम धुआं चलता रहते हैं, और आप जाके उनसे मिलते हैं, लेकिन फिर भी आपका बात नहीं सुन पाते हो। सेठ जी क्यों नहीं सुन पा रहे, क्योंकि कर्मकांड का प्रिंसिपल से अंदर है, और उसको आपको अटैक करने के लिए आपको कैसे अटैक करना आना चाहिए, उनका समस्या क्या है। सेठ जी क्या करते हैं, यही करते हैं, बनारस में ब्राह्मणों को अपॉइंट करके उधर मन संकल्प को बार बार मंत्र की सही पाठ करवा रहे हैं। तो The Lord can appear in any family. Sometimes he appears as a fish incarnation, boar incarnations. Thus, the Lord is completely free and independent to appear anywhere, everywhere by his eternal potency. It is stated that Ananta, an incarnation of the Lord who has unlimited mouse, cannot reach the end of his glorification of the Lord. So that's why Eto Vacho Nivartante, these are two meanings it is having. In the case of Brahman also, Eto Vacho Nivartante, the meaning of Eto Vacho Nivartante means words cannot approach absolute truth. Absolute truth. Yes, Brahman also cannot be approached by the words. It's anideshyam. It cannot be described by the words. Brahman, what is the shape of Brahman? No shape, no qualities, no form, nothing is there. But how to realize that? How to realize that? Only by the mercy of Lord, one is able to. Even Jnanis also, that's why they should take ultimately Bhakti shelter. Then only they will be getting the Brahman realization by the mercy. Similarly, Lord is also on. Brahman is okay, no form, but Bhagavan is also having the form. Then he is also Eto Vacho Nivartante. He is also cannot be described by the words because he has infinite qualities. That's why Eto Vacho Nivartante is applied to him also. Both features Eto Vacho Nivartante, Brahman and Bhagavan and Paramatma.
Could be described, but not what the message.
That are there. That are his original qualities. No doubt in that. His original qualities. But with our senses, we think that we are meditating on the Lord. But those qualities for the who purified the senses, when they hear those qualities, they are actually going there. Those senses are actually going. But those sadhakas, in their case, they in this world only, Pankajaksha, if you hear, then it is remembering only the material lotus flower and material eye. But Lord is considering in Sadhaka Dasha. But in the Siddha Dasha, so senses are directly going the form because he has those senses have access of that. That mind can. It is said that Lord Sri Virinchi, Shiva Virinchi Notam, always worshipped by demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma. Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma भी डिस्क्राइब नहीं कर पाएंगे और ये लोग बोलते हैं कि हम लोग देवता भी डिस्क्राइब नहीं कर पाएंगे हम लोग तो वंदी मागधस होते हैं क्या हम लोग छोटा मोटा लोग हम क्या डिस्क्राइब कर पाएंगे आपके बारे में they are presenting their humble position before starting glorifying Prthu Maharaj. Rather, as stated by Prahlad Maharaj, by glorifying the Lord with exalted verses, one becomes purified. So that is the main thing. It purifies. Because how it is, Srinvatam Sokatam Vishnu, Punya Shravana Kirtana, Hrudyantasto Yabhadrani, Vidhunoti Sursatam. As much as we hear these qualities, you keep on hearing actually. Deeply you should develop a taste to hear the glories of the Lord. उसको खोज के उसका महत्व को जानने के लिए प्रयास करो वैसा रुचि बनाओ और भगवान की ग्लोरी महिमा को भगवान कैसा ही सृष्टि कर रहे हैं और एक्चुअली हम लोग का तुच्छता को और भगवान की उन्नता को महिमा को दोनों को हम जानना चाहिए साधारण दशा में हम लोग अभी देख चुके हैं ना हम लोग तुच्छ हैं एक्चुअली ये मेटीरियल सेंसेस हम कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते वी आर नॉट डूइंग एक्चुअली our mind is not going to the Krishna lotus eye when you hear him about Pankajaksha. But still he is considering out of his mercy. That is his greatness. And we are not able to think about that with this material mind. That is our heinousness. That is required to surrender to the Lord. That is the devotion. Mood of the devotion will be made from there. One will get the devotional mood by this.
He said that Brahman had no qualities, no form. Is it too far to like we can describe which is the
No, it's true actually.
It's not.
Brahman feature is like that only. It's beyond your mind. Try to describe with your mind. It is there. It is there. The words, whatever you want to select and use it for that to describe, that's not. It is there. Huh? It's not having the qualities. It's not contradictory. For this mind, it is not able to. If you say Brahman is having the qualities, then Siddhanta is gone actually. It's a Nirguna already said. There is no guna. Actually, how to perceive that, how to realize by the mercy. Like I said, for Jivatma, if it is not given with the senses, what about sense objects? It's anirdesham for them. For that Jivatma, which is not given the eyes and ears, I said. So the picture is there, beautiful picture, and he's by birth he is blind, and by birth he is a deaf person. And for him, this picture is what? Completely indescribable. Same. See, here speak. Don't take the example for that purpose. Example is given for the purpose of unapproachable. Example, you should take only that much matra, which is intended by the speaker. Okay, we'll discuss in the Bhakti Vedanta in 10th candle next. After 2 years, 3 years later. You all going to Bhakti Vedanta? I think this is it's nice actually. This is the best batch in the whole in Iskcon India. Really. Because many are very enthusiastic and all the class every time, almost everyone comes. So, ऐसा attendance कहीं भी नहीं है. Good actually. Please continue. Very nice. अथाप्युदारा शवशं पृतो हरे कनमतारस्य कथामृता यथोपदेशं प्रचोदयामि श्लाघ्यं निकर्माणि वयं वितन्महि.
We should try to glorify you according to the instructions received from authoritative sages and scholars. Whatever we speak, however, is always inadequate and very insignificant. Dear King, because of your direct incarnation of the Supreme Personality Godhead, all your activities are good and ever honorable.
So see the mood of the Vandis. They are setting how their mood they are setting themselves. So they are saying that whatever we are glorifying, that's not our manufacturing. It is yatha upadesham, yathopadesham. माने हमारा हृदय में ये जो सेजेस हैं, ये लोग जैसा इंस्पायर किए हमारा हृदय में, मैंने जैसा उपदेश किए हमारा हृदय में अंतःकरण में, उसी के अनुसार हम आपको ग्लोरीफाई करेंगे. इसमें मेरा हम लोगों का कोई हमारा ग्रेटनेस नहीं है इसमें. We are not, and also we are not manufacturing. So that is valid, and also credit is given to the highest. So Sutta Goswami also saying same thing, actually. So Putriti Tanmayataya. If you see that sloka commentary, like Sukadeva Goswami only is entering into the being a Brahman, Brahmavadi, na? So being a Brahman all pervasive, and he is entering into the even trees, and when his father is calling Putra, then he is also calling Putra. You remember this sloka? So second chapter. Yeah, Putriti Tanmayataya. In the commentary, if you see how it is defined, Vasudeva is going behind the Sukadeva Goswami. So and he's calling, hey putra, hey putra. Then there is a resounding, hey putra from the all these trees, big trees are there. In that forest he's going, and then resound is coming. Putra karike. So how this resounding is described there by our acharyas. They're saying that Sukadeva Goswami being a Brahman realized personality, Brahmavadi. So Brahman realized actually everywhere pervasive, all pervasive, and he is just a पिताजी पुत्र बोलते छोटा भी पुत्र ऐसा रिपीट करते हैं ना, he is repeating. ऐसा डिस्क्राइब करके इसको कैसा ले रहा है देखिए. सूत गोस्वामी भी जैसा उधर हर पेड़ में जाके सुखदेव गोस्वामी पुत्र करके रिपीटेशन किए हैं, माने रिप्लाई किए हैं अपना पिता को, वैसा सुखदेव गोस्वामी स्वयं मेरा हृदय में भी प्रवेश करके मेरे से ये भागवत बोलने की इंस्पिरेशन करते, बोले वही खुद बोले. ये का मूड है एक्चुअली. So the Goswami ka mood actually. So when we say Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam, we are praying to the acharyas, and they should inspire in my heart to speak. That's the way we just initially set the mood actually. The way here the Vandis magadhas also, these sages inspired in my heart, and that we are speaking, not by our own. Nothing belongs to us. So this is known as Guru Parampara. In this way, every disciple is very faithful and loyal to the previous Acharya and previous Guru, and he will repeat as it is. That's when he can receive as it is, when he can repeat as it is, when he receive as it is. To receive as is what is needed, you should not be having the tendency of cheating. We should not be duplicate. Duplicity should not be there. Cheating tendency should not be there. We should be loyal and faithful and always pure actually. In the goodness should be in the mode of goodness. And we should be free from all this. So such a mood, with that mood we should receive from the Guru and transmit without any apeksha. You should not have any kind of the ulterior motives. सबको मैं खुश करना है, वो लोग सब मेरे फैंस बनना चाहिए, ऐसा सब मोटिवेशन नहीं रहना चाहिए कभी भी. No. Purely just you should represent the acharyas, Guru, and repeat that. So that's why the parampara will be maintained. Otherwise, sakale neha mahato yoga nashta parantapa. Because while receiving and while transmitting, if we are not pure and we are not so genuine and sincere, then this yoga will be finished. जा जाके कुछ समय के बाद इतना रंग बदल जाती है उसका, पूरा ओरिजिनल कुछ भी नहीं है. So in this regard, actually Srila Jiva Goswami Pad is saying one thing. You people has to remember one thing. Vakta sarago nirago divida parikirtita sarago taduktam kurudam samsmrishet upadesham karotyeva na pariksham karoti cha aparichu padishya lokanam shamyata bhave. What is the meaning of this? If the speaker is sarago, vakta दो प्रकार का होते हैं. Speakers are two types. सरागा निरागा, माने हृदय में काम वासना है, राग माने भौतिक विषयों के प्रति आसक्ति, पूजा प्रतिष्ठा लाभ स्त्री धन इत्यादि के प्रति आसक्ति, वो सराग है. निराग माने इसके प्रति कोई आसक्ति नहीं. इस प्रकार वक्ता दो प्रकार का होता है. सरागो लोलुपकामी, जो सराग है माने विषय वासनाओं से भरा हुआ है इनका हृदय, वो व्यक्ति जब वो कामी बोलेगा ना, हृत ना संस्पृशेत, उन्होंने भले कृष्ण कथा है बोले, लेकिन वो सामने व्यक्ति का हृदय को छुएगा नहीं. Do not touch the heart of the people. We should be such a speaker actually, and also we should be such a listener. We should be free. Even if you are not free, but you should have sincere desire of to be free from all these things. Sincerely should desire. कहीं भी आप मौका मत दीजिए कि ये मजा का हम उस मजा का, कोई मजा का आप मौका मत दे दो. सिंसियरली मुझे नहीं चाहिए करके भगवान के सामने बोलने में आपका हिम्मत है, मेंटेन करो. तब उस सिंसियरिटी से आपको भगवान रास्ता खोल देंगे. बट इफ यू आर नॉट सिंसियर, that means you yourself not want to be nice, correct or perfect or clean. Sincerely you are not desiring yourself, then it's very bad actually. Nobody is going to save you. So even if you are not immediately clean, but still if you have a sincere desire to be clean, then definitely you will be getting a mercy. So that way, speaker who is a Saraga speaker, his words will never touch the people's heart. माने उस वर्ड्स को हृदय को छुएंगे नहीं, और कुछ लोगों को उस वर्ड्स में कुछ लॉजिकली कुछ लाभ देखेंगे. उस लाभ के कारण आपके जुड़ सकते हैं, बहुत लोग आपसे जुड़ सकते हैं. इसका देव मत सोचे कि वो लोग हृदय को उसका आपका वाणी छू के वो लोग आपके पास आए, ऐसा मत सोचो. आपको चीट करना चाहते हैं आप, और वो लोग भी चीट करने के लिए आपके पास आए. Okay, so that's why this movement Vaishnava means is a very genuine and pure, sincere, like Hamsas. Next, one more thing. Upadesham karotyeva na pariksham karoti cha aparikshopadishtam yad lokanashkaya tadbhave. It is meant for destruction of the society. When you are doing the upadesha, but you are not testing how much student is receiving, then that students are meant for what? If you are not testing the students' learning, what they learn, you are not testing, then such a people are meant for the lokanashaya bhavet. Students' knowledge should be tested. No, not teacher. That means teacher is not testing the students, and the students will go and destroy the society. We audit everything in our organization. For every single penny, there is auditing. Every single penny, actually, very minute, so very micro, so auditing happens. Every 100 rupees, whatever you collect, it should be put in the bank account, and then so you should, if you want for spending anything, should take out from the bank and put the bills. So for money, we have best processes for the auditing, but for the knowledge, there is no auditing. Anyone just going and sitting and dahad ke aa rahe. Without testing actually, no auditing. No testing means no auditing. अरे कितना वो सीख रहे, सही सीख रही है नहीं, ये योग्य है बोलने के लिए अभी, और ये जो वो बोलना चाहते हैं वो प्रॉपर टेस्ट करके, वो वेरीफाई करके तब उनको अलाउ करना चाहिए. नहीं तो क्या होगा? लोकनाशाय तद्भवेत्. इसीलिए देयर शुड बी ए थरो टेस्टिंग. लेकिन मैं सच में चाहता हूं कि भक्ति वैभव का भी टेस्टिंग और भी ऑब्जेक्टिव बेस्ड होना चाहिए. जैसे IITs में टेस्ट करते हैं ना, ऑब्जेक्टिव बेस्ड होते वो बहुत ज्यादा दिमाग लगाना पड़ता है. डिस्क्रिप्टिव होते तो बहुत बस 4 लाइन लिख देंगे तो हो जाएगा, लेकिन बहुत डीपली जो असली में जो पढ़ते हैं वही लोग उसको लिख सकते हैं. ऐसा रखना चाहिए. टेस्टिंग का जितना टेस्टिंग प्रोसेस स्ट्रांग कर देते हैं उतना स्टैंडर्ड्स बढ़ेगा सोसाइटी का. क्योंकि इधर जीव गोस्वामी स्वयं कोट कर रहा है भक्ति संदर्भ में, ये तो ब्रह्म वैवर्त पुराण से है ये। तो उपदेशम करोत्य, उपदेश तो करते हैं गुरु जी, लेकिन परीक्षा नहीं करते हैं, टेस्ट नहीं करते हैं। तब अपरीक्ष उपदिष्ट, वैसा बिना चेक करके, बिना टेस्ट करके जो भी उपदेश किया, वो उपदेश लोकनाशाय भवेत्, वो लोक के लिए विनाशकारी हो जाएगा। इसलिए प्लीज यू पीपल आल्सो ऑलवेज टेस्ट योर स्टूडेंट्स। भक्ति वैभव में भी टेस्ट किया जा रहा है, परीक्षा तो है ना, बट auditing is very important. Well, first of all, we should learn perfectly, properly as per शास्त्र, and उसके लिए थोड़ा सा दर्द होता है। जब शुरुआत में हर एक चीज मुझे क्लियरली चाहिए, तो उसके लिए आपको रेफरेंसेस ढूंढना, हर एक चीज को वैलिडेट करके, ऐसा आदत करने के बाद कुछ साल के बाद आपको इजी हो जाता है। लेकिन शुरुआत में हम लोग, लेकिन जल्दी जल्दी कुछ सीखना है, कुछ जल्दी कुछ बनना है, जल्दी जल्दी मुझे सेंटर खोलना है, मैं भी प्रीचर बनना है, मुझे भी भीड़ चाहिए। ये जब दूध को गर्म नहीं करते हैं, तब तो क्या होता है, पानी मिल जाता है उसको। अभी बॉयल द मिल्क प्रॉपर्ली बोल, गर्म नहीं किया जा रहा है। जल्दी 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 जल्दी, क्या जल्दी भाई, कितना जल्दी करेंगे, जल्दी करके क्या मिलेगा, तब सब लोग लड़ने वाले रह जाएंगे आपसे। तो तब then they will fight actually without proper understanding of the Siddhanta Tattva, then they cannot control themselves and they fight with others and destroy them. लोकनाशाय कल्पते, सिंपल है ना, लोकनाशाय तद्भवेत्। तो that's why in our society, हर एक स्पीकर होने के पहले, व्यक्ति को अलाउ करने के पहले, उनको थरोली टेस्ट करने की एक प्रोसेस होना चाहिए, स्टैंडर्ड्स को इंक्रीज करना है, रेज द बार फॉर टेस्टिंग द स्पीकर्स। अब तो क्या होता है कि मूवमेंट थोड़ा स्पीड कम होगा, एक्सपैंड होना, लेकिन क्वालिटी बढ़ेगा। तो क्वालिटी बढ़ेगा और उसके बाद एकदम क्वालिटी से स्पीड बढ़ेगा। उसके लिए थोड़ा सा टाइम लगता है, लेकिन वो सत्वगुण में रह के सोचेंगे तो वो उसको एलो कर सकते हैं। लेकिन रजोगुण में रहेंगे तो अरे तो और जल्दी जल्दी स्प्रेड करना है। लेकिन होली नेम तो दे रहे हैं, लेकिन उनको कैसा अपराधों से मुक्त होना है, अल्टीमेटली मैं आपको पहले दिन ही बोला, तो शास्त्र को जितना गहराई से अध्ययन करेंगे तो उसमें क्या होगा, सेंसिटिविटी आता है हमको। कौन सा सेंसिटिविटी, अपराधों से मुक्त हुआ कॉन्शियसनेस आप में डेवलप होता है, अपराधों से बचने की कॉन्शियसनेस आप में आ जाती है। वो कॉन्शियसनेस से जब करेंगे तब एग्जिस्टिंग अपराध चले जाएगा, नहीं तो नया अपराध बनता ही जाएगा। और हाथी स्नान कर रहे हैं और कीचड़ फेंकते जा रहे वापस, तो थोड़ा सा स्टैंडर्ड्स बढ़ाना है। Let us so test the people. It may take the little pain. I used to test in IBM also. Whatever sandarbhas I used to teach, we used to test. लेकिन हम लोग शास्त्र प्रमाण भी टेस्ट नहीं किया, भक्ति प्रकार का भी टेस्ट नहीं किया। तो करेंगे जरूर, हाँ वो भी हो जाए, वो भी एक टेस्ट है। उसको उन लोग जानकारी देना है कि आपको कितना आया करके सामने व्यक्ति को देना, जानकारी दिलाना है बस, और कुछ उससे वो करेक्ट कर लेंगे उनका मिस्टेक क्या है करके। हाँ बहुत बार हम लोग टेस्ट किए शास्त्र प्रमाण में भी, कई बार रिपीट करके सबको पूछ के। लेकिन भूल और अनभ्यास विद्या भी विषम, और एक टेस्ट नहीं किया, एक है वो लोक विनाश है, और जो अभ्यास नहीं करेंगे, जो विद्या सीख के, वो भी विष बन जाती है, जहर बन जाती है, वो आपके लिए भी दूसरों के लिए भी। आपके मुंह से निकलेगा तो जहर हो जाएगा दूसरों को, और आपके लिए वो आधा प्रैक्टिस का अभ्यास नहीं किया तो भूल गया, और आधा याद हुआ चीजों पर अलग अलग स्पेकुलेशंस करने लगेंगे, और वो सभी आपका विष बन जाएगा। इसीलिए नित्यम भागवत सेवया, you have to continuously, you being a brahmanas, saffron means all brahmanas, we should keep on practicing knowledge, teaching, patan patan, reaching. Measures are what? Testing should be added, auditing of the knowledge of. And next is practice. Both. Very important. जो भी सीखे उसको दूसरों को पढ़ाना है अच्छे से, पहले सीखे और उसमें क्लियर हो जाए, वो टेस्टिंग से हो जाएगा, उसके बाद दूसरों को पढ़ाना चाहिए, तब वो अभ्यास हो जाएगा। और फिर भी बीच में कभी गलतियां जाते तो एक्सेप्ट करना है, मेरे गलती है करके एकदम बोल्डली सबके सामने यस मेरे गलती है, तब वो ब्राह्मणिकल नेचर है, इज ए ब्राह्मण। Yes.
Truly preaches. So what is the success of this preaching if it is not followed?
Lord's happiness, Guru happiness, that's all. Lord will be happy. We are doing everything for Krishna's pleasure.
Grateful to tell you reality is that we are asked कितना लक्ष्मी लेके आए, कितने भक्त ज्वाइन कराए, कितने ज्वाइन करेंगे, कितने तरीके से चर्चा होती है, that is considered actually usual. Targets.
Scale they use the different scale actually. To measure the someone's service, the scale is differently used actually. Proper scale is what? Pariksha and Abhyas. उस पर फोकस करेंगे तो जो अच्छा से प्रैक्टिस कर रहा है, अभ्यास कर रहा है और प्रॉपर डिलीवर कर रहा है, ऐसा तैयारी करेंगे ना उसको वो लोग, then they will give very sustainable output in future. लॉन्ग टर्म अच्छा आउटपुट आ जाएगा। अभी आप जल्दी जल्दी में ज्यादा करेंगे ना प्रभु, तो आपको आप ही देख रहे हैं ना, पीपल विल नॉट स्टे एंड आल्सो दे क्रिएट सो मेनी प्रॉब्लम्स। लोक विनाशाय कल्पते, दोज विल कम एंड डिस्टर्ब द सोसाइटी। इसमें इसीलिए दो इन्हीं से दर्द होगा, लेकिन प्रोग्रेस इसमें भी होता है, तो थोड़ा सा स्लो चलेंगे, लेकिन उसके बाद slow and steady win the race, will win the race. Next. Okay. Ataptudar sravasambhuto hare kalavatakrasya kratamruta druta yathopadisham munit prachodita shlakyani karmani vayam vidam. I तो हो गए ना already. Sorry. Okay, purport actually read it, sorry. So, so these people, yatha upadesham, that's the main point. As per they taught to us, we are just teaching, no speculation of this. One should speak to the general populace in accordance with one's predecessors, sadhu, guru, and shastra. No mental speculation. So Siddhanta should be as it is, but to make them to understand, you may give some easy examples, but Siddhanta should not be missed actually. So Sadhu, Guru, Shastra, according to that, this simple process is the easiest method by which one can glorify the Lord. This is the easiest. अभी साइंटिस्ट लोग क्या करते हैं, हर वक्त नया कुछ बना के दिखाना है, कुछ नया इन्वेंट करेंगे तब तो उनका पेपर का सक्सेस है ना। वो जो रोग है ना हमारा नसों में जम गया एक्चुअली। हर एक क्लास को हम कुछ नया दिखाएंगे, इसे नया क्लासेस, नया ये डिराइव करूंगा, वो डिराइव करूंगा, क्या है उसमें 1000 मिस्टेक करेंगे और सबको ऐसे ही मिसगाइड कर देंगे। अब जरूरत नहीं, वहां भी कुछ लेसन्स निकाल के प्रयास करते हैं। ये एक प्रकार की वही उधर का टेंडेंसीज है, बाहर जगत का टेंडेंसीज। इधर प्रभुपाद जी क्या बोल रहे हैं, सिंपल प्रोसेस इज द इजीएस्ट मेथड बाय व्हिच वन कैन ग्लोरीफाई। व्हाट इज दैट? जस्ट वन शुड स्पीक टू द जनरल पॉपुलेशन इन अकॉर्डेंस विद वन्स प्रेडिसेसर, साधु, गुरु एंड शास्त्र। दिस इज द वे यू शुड प्रेजेंट Your mood should be साधु गुरु शास्त्रा के अनुसार ही बोलूंगा, मैं कुछ भी adulteration नहीं करूंगा, कुछ भी मनमानी नहीं करूंगा. So this is a simple process and easiest method by which one can glorify the Lord. That's why Prabhupada purports are wonderful, because he speaks exactly the way the Acharya is writing the commentary. Everything he keeps, that means, and he speaks all the time in the boundaries only. He never goes here and there. No. That's why these purports are still fresh. Devotional service, however, is the real method. For by devotional service, one can satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead with just a few words. Without devotional service, volumes of books cannot satisfy the Lord. So, just there are what? Those books are simply places for crows. Vaisa Tirtham. Esha dharma brutam sreshto loka sarveyo vartayan gota
This king, Maharaj Prthu, is the best amongst those who are following the religious principles. As such, he will engage everyone in the pursuit of religious principles and give those principles all protection. He will also be a great chastiser to the irreligious and atheistic.
Yeah. Now they started glorifying one by one.
आज लास्ट में लिखते हैं कि जो प्लेटफॉर्म में आंदोलन की बेस करके रवाना निर्माण करने में असफल तो भी हमें सरहद जाकर लोगों से अनुरोध करना चाहिए.
Last line. Okay, pura padenge. Devotional service, however, is the real method. For by devotional service, one can satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead with just a few words. Right? Just Bhagavan के नाम. So कीर्तन करने से और उनकी glorify करने से devotional service हो जाएगा. Without devotional service, volumes of books cannot satisfy the Lord. Even though preachers of the Krishna conscious movement may be unable to describe the glories of the Lord, they can nonetheless go everywhere and request people to chant Hare Krishna. What it means? So here the meaning is, they are not able to glorify Lord like these Vandis, magadhas, Adi, like Prahlad Maharaj, like other. They are not like such a well advanced devotees. But what? Like just how the Haridas Thakur and Nityanand Prabhu, just they are going in every house, just to please chant, please chant. They are just bowing down on their knees and they are requesting everyone. So please chant Hare Krishna. This Prabhupada actually is saying, this Krishna conscious movement may be unable to describe the glories of God. They can nonetheless go everywhere and request people to chant Hare Krishna. So then, ultimately, see, you have to see the balance of the statements. We can go and ask, but ultimately, if you want to make everyone so into a strong, that means pure devotee, then what you have to do? You have to bring in them strong faith. Then you have to see what are the doubts or what are the things are stopping him to not to fully surrender to the Krishna. That means not to get the full faith on the Lord. What are the things are stopping? Then you should be expert actually to deal all those things and make him convinced to take up this chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So for life and soul. Otherwise, then books, why they are written? There's many volumes of books. Just to issue. So we should not driven away by the one statement. So this is the what Prabhupada is saying. Yes, everyone can participate in this preaching mission. So even if he doesn't know about the Krishna, he can just go and ask. So as being a representative of his guru, and he go and ask just please chant, please chant, please chant, like that he can preach. But he should bring those people to whom? To the real doctors who can treat them actually. Find the diseases. What are the different diseases are there in him and clearing them. So that's the expert also is needed. That's the books are there. Okay. Prabhupada intention is even just if you go and ask, that much you can do. That is essence. Essence of our whole process is what? So chant Hare Krishna 24 hours. So we should come to this platform. So that you can ask directly everyone. But everyone is able to accept that immediately? No. Then Shastra is, everyone can be convinced just by us, like that one statement. Then you have to see the problems in him, where his consciousness is stuck actually. What kind of doubts he has, asambhavanas and viparita bhavanas. That should be removed by regularly explaining about the glories of the Lord, creation, how Lord has created, what is Jivatma, what is this body, what is mind, senses. All these things you should clarify to him to make him to remove the doubts towards the various things about this creation, his family, his attachment, many things he has. Many attachments he has. All these things, if you want to clarify, all that places, if you want to take out his consciousness to that holy name, then you have to describe everything. You need to describe everything. Yes? That's the books also needed. But ultimately, what do you have to make him? Chant Hare Krishna all the time. That is only the thing. Okay, next. The duty of king or head of the government. So now from here onwards, we are going to discuss King Prthu's glories, how these Vandis are glorified. Exactly, you see the opposite qualities in the Vena. Vena is completely irreligious. He said that na hotavyam, na datavyam, na yashtavyam. But here in the case of Prthu, Prthu is going to do. Till now he didn't do, but these Vandis are saying that you are going to do. What he is going to do? He is going to strongly observe the religious principles. So any society should be happy in this material world and outside. That means then when they follow religious principles. Okay. ये सब कल जो डिस्कस किए वही पॉइंट्स है इसमें पूरा गवर्नमेंट वो कल बहुत ही डिस्कस किए हम लोग चलो एष वै लोकपालः विभक्त्यैकः सनूतनः this king alone in his own body will be able in due course of time to maintain all living entities and keep them in pleasant conditions by manifesting himself as different demigods to perform various departmental activities. That he will maintain the upper planetary system by inducing the populace to perform Vedic sacrifices. In due course of time, he will also maintain this earthly planet by discharging proper rainfall. So he will observe the strictly religious principles and he will create the various departments and he will make sure that everything is going very smoothly. So even in the higher planets also. That means in the, what is it? He will maintain the upper planet system by inducing the populace to perform Vedic sacrifices. Means he will make his people to do the sacrifices so that devatas also maintain. If people on the earth, if they don't do the sacrifices, then there is no food for the devatas. Huh? Fasting means they are satisfied by the Sankirtana. So water is reaching through the root actually. If there is no yajna of the Sankirtan also, then wind up. बहुत ज्यादा दिन नहीं रखते हैं क्योंकि उनका 6 महीना हमारा 6 महीना उनका एक एक 12 घंटा है, हम लोगों का 6 महीना, उन लोगों का 12 घंटा का रात है। और हमारा 1 साल, उनका 1 दिन है। और हम लोग ऐसा कुछ साल नहीं किए, माने उनका बुक बढ़ते जाएगा तब क्या करेंगे? कोई भी साधु नहीं, माने संकीर्तन यज्ञ करने वाला भी नहीं है और यज्ञ भी नहीं करे, तब तो क्या होगा? वाइंड अप हो जाएगा। बंद कर दे इसको, सिविलाइजेशन को फिनिश कर दो। देन वंस अगेन सत्युग बिगिंस। यस, सत्युग बिगिंस अगेन। वो हाँ, कुछ दिन चलेगा। 4,32,000 वो उन लोगों के लिए कुछ दिन नहीं है ना, बहुत कम दिन ही है। हमारा 1 साल उन लोगों के लिए 1 दिन है एक्चुअली। उसमें भी कुछ ना कुछ संकीर्तन वाले रहते हैं। जब पूरा खत्म हो जाते हैं, कोई भी संकीर्तन करने वाला नहीं रहेंगे, तो तब तो ये सिविलाइजेशन उस समय सोसाइटी को रन नहीं करने देते, फिनिश, वर्ल्ड अप। कल के अंत में ऐसा होगा। संकीर्तन से भी उन लोगों को फूड मिलता है। हाँ, जपा होता है, हरि नाम से होता है। भगवान की भक्ति, भक्त रहेगा तो रहेगा, कंटिन्यू रहेगी सोसाइटी। अभी बारिश हो रही है, किसके कारण हो रहे हैं? हम लोग जप कर रहे हैं इसीलिए हो रहे हैं। हम माने भक्त मैं नहीं, भक्त तो भक्त लोग जप कर रहे हैं इसीलिए बारिश पड़ रहा है। मानी ज्यादा बारिश की बात नहीं, रेगुलर बारिश हो रही है। ज्यादा जप करके तो बाढ़ निकाल। नहीं नहीं नहीं, ऐसा नहीं। ज्यादा जप करने से और भी अच्छा और संतुलित बारिश होगा। हाँ? खाने का हमें सिस्टम ऐसे है हम लोग। वो लोग बारिश देने से हम लोग का इधर ग्रेन्स बनता है, और हम लोग अपने परस्परम भावयंती। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि वो लोग हम लोग मेंटेन कर रहे हैं, हम भी उनको माने कोऑपरेट करते हैं उनका फूड रीच कराने के लिए। या वो लोग सुपीरियर्स हैं, इसीलिए वो लोग क्या करते हैं, यदि हम लोग नहीं करते तो फिनिश करके नया नया सोल्यूशन को ले आते हैं। दे आर नॉट डिपेंडेंट, दे आर कंट्रोलर्स, and we should pay the tax for them. You know, king is, see, the king, like the king is actually controlling all the people of our tax. He is living. He is providing land and we are cultivating, and he is protecting us. We say or not. That relationship is there actually. If someone is not hearing the king and I will not pay tax, then what king will do? He will chop off his head. You don't need to our kingdom, or otherwise you will kill or you will punish. Similarly, devatas also. They are superiors. They are not the dependents on us. But we are dependents. Humans are dependents on the devatas. That system actually. Not that we can control devatas. No. तो ज्यादा सिंपल होगा तो हाँ, रिड्यूस का हो सकता है कलयुग का। यस यस। तो एक में वो राजेंद्र दास बाबा जी बोल रहे थे, तो आय तो कम हो सकता है एक्चुअली। वही ना, जब यदि वक्त पूरा खत्म है तो तब कलयुग का स्पैन 4,32,000 जल्दी फिनिश हो जाएगा। जैसा अजामिल के केस में ज्यादा सीन है करके वो लोग क्या सोचे, 12 साल पहले आ गए, है ना? यमदूत 12 साल पहले क्यों आया? एक्चुअली अजामिल की सिंस के अनुसार देखते तो उनका आयु क्या हो गया, क्षीण हो गया पाप के ज्यादा होने से। तब इसीलिए वो लोग 12 साल पहले आ गए। लेकिन यमदूत तो अपना कैलकुलेशन के अनुसार 12 साल कम है करके सोच के आए, लेकिन वास्तव में तो उनका पाप है ही नहीं, क्योंकि एक हिल होली नेम से पूरा पाप नष्ट हो गया ना। लेकिन यमदूतों को ये बात नहीं पता चला, वो लोग पूरा पाप को एज इट इज हिसाब करके आए, तो हिसाब के अनुसार तो 12 साल कम हो गया, तो इसीलिए वो आंखें उठा के ले चलने के लिए ट्राई किए ये। लेकिन वास्तव में वो पाप नहीं, इसीलिए वो जितना साल जीना चाहिए उतना साल जिए, माने वो 12 साल एक्स्ट्रा नहीं दिया गया। वो लोग पहले आए कि उनका पाप ज्यादा होगा इसीलिए। हाँ वो तो धर्म ऐसे कुछ ही तो वो तो कंडीशंस है, वो अलग है। चलो अभी हमारे पास टाइम नहीं है, नो डाउट्स, क्योंकि 15 मिनट्स ही बचे हैं। थोड़ा सा चैप्टर उठाए नहीं तो मैं मेन चीज तो हो गया अभी, तो जस्ट प्लान हो गया। नेक्स्ट श्लोक वसुकाते काले विमुच्यते This king Prthu will be powerful as the sun god, and just as the sun god equally distributes his sunshine to everyone, King Prthu will distribute his mercy equally. Similarly, just as the sun god evaporates water for 8 months and during rainy season returns it profusely, this king will also exact taxes from the citizens and return these monies in times of need. देखिए टैक्स कलेक्ट करने के लिए भी एक मतलब है, जब जरूरत पड़ेगा तब वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते हैं। जैसा बादल क्या करते हैं, गर्मी के समय में पूरा पानी इकट्ठा करती है, गर्मी की सीजन में पूरा पी लेती है, और बारिश की सीजन आते ही डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते हैं जहां जहां जरूरी है। तो वैसा ही राजा भी क्या करते हैं, सब जगह से टैक्स कलेक्ट करते हैं और जहां जहां जरूरी है वहां वहां डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते हैं। इस प्रकार वो बादल जैसे इम्पार्शियली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते हैं, वैसा राजा भी इम्पार्शियली जहां नीड है वो इस प्रकार की स्पेंड करते हैं। ये है टैक्स कलेक्ट करने का उद्देश्य है। ऐसा नहीं कि पूरा टैक्स जितना कि सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन यूज करेंगे, नहीं। और टैक्स कलेक्ट करने के लिए अधिकार क्या होना चाहिए राजा का, ही मस्ट गिव प्रोटेक्शन, विदाउट गिविंग प्रोटेक्शन ही शुड नॉट कलेक्ट द टैक्स। Taxation is not meant for the sense gratification of the so-called administrative heads. Tax revenue should be distributed to the citizens in times of need during emergencies such as a famine or flood. Tax revenues should never be distributed amongst governmental servants in the form of high salaries and various other allowances. In Kali Yuga, however, the position of citizens is very horrible because taxes are exacted in so many forms and are spent for the personal comforts of the administrators. एक है इसे जेड प्लस सिक्योरिटी बोल के इतना इतना करोड़ों एक बार प्राइम मिनिस्टर एक जगह आने के लिए कई करोड़ों खर्चा होता है। इधर मंदिर आते तो भी उसकी पहले ही उन सभी जो भी जिस रास्ता से आएगा सब हाउसेस में सब कुछ ये बंद है वो बंद है ये क्लोज रहना है, पूरा सिक्योरिटीज कितना रहता है पता है, बहुत रहता है। जहां भी वो जाता है ऐसा हल्का नहीं, पूरा पूरा मॉनिटर सर्वेलेंस रहते हैं, पूरा सर्वेलेंस जहां से शुरू एयरपोर्ट से लेकर उस प्लेस तक। तो बहुत कच्चा होता है। ऐसा क्यों हो गया, क्योंकि वैल्यूज कल्टिवेट नहीं किया सोसाइटी में, इसीलिए सिक्योरिटी के लिए ज्यादा पैसा यूज करना पड़ा। जैसे आपस के देशों के बीच में प्रेम मैत्री भाव नहीं है, क्योंकि कोई कृष्णा कॉन्शियस नहीं है, कोई भी स्टेट का अधिकारी। तो इससे क्या हो गया, सब लोगों लड़ाकू हो गए। तो इसीलिए पूरा कि पूरा ज्यादा पैसा किस में जाएगा, हमारा टैक्स का डिफेंस में चले जाएगा, करोड़ों करोड़ों चले जा रहे हैं, वेपन्स खरीदने में चले जा रहे हैं, किसको नाश करने के लिए एक दूसरे का। अभी लॉट ऑफ बजट इज पुट इन फॉर वे परचेजिंग वेपन्स। और अभी अमेरिका भी क्या करती है, तो एक दूसरे देशों के बीच में हर वक्त डिस्टर्बेंस क्रिएट करती है। इससे क्या होगा, अभी इंडिया और पाकिस्तान के बीच में लड़ाई शुरू हो, बार बार प्रोवोक करती है। इससे क्या होगा, आपको डर पैदा रहता है, अभी पाकिस्तान मेरे से युद्ध करेगा करके। तो इसीलिए आपको क्या फीलिंग आता है, मुझे वेपन्स खरीद करके रखना है। इसीलिए वो क्या करेगा, लड़वाएगा दोनों देशों का, और दोनों देशों को वेपन्स बेचेगा। यही स्ट्रेटेजी है। अभी ये गरीबों से टैक्स कलेक्ट करके ये लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, हर देश पूरा ले जाके दुनिया को नष्ट करने के लिए जो भी वेपन है वो खरीद के रख रहे हैं। अल्टीमेटली वेयर ह्यूमन सोसाइटी इज गोइंग, वेयर ह्यूमैनिटी इज गोइंग, just is they are running towards their own destruction actually. Aggressively they are running actually. Do you think that in this society everyone will be happy by this kind of things, by this kind of approach? No. So that's why only the one movement is going to save whole world. That is Hare Krishna. Hare This is a movement actually. This is Chaitanya's movement only is going to save the whole world. No one. It's a fact actually. Because leaders are everyone mad actually. We got this good intelligence because of only by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Only by the mercy of our acharyas. So that's why we should be feel fortunate, and we should also tirelessly work hard to spread this message and so distribute this message, distribute the books, distribute this holy name. We should always, because needy people millions are there actually, millions and millions. So billions of people, 800, total how many? 8 billion. Huh? How many billion? 800 crores means 8 billion. 8 billion people are there. 1 billion भी नहीं है devotees, है ना? Yes, it's big. Let us see. But we don't want to have the fight of this third world war, because we don't want to see someone get suffered and die. Everyone should become devotees, and this fight should not happen. Everyone should chant Hare Krishna. This is our desire. Yes, we should increase the Sankirtan. That's why we do pray every day. Sankirtan Bhakton ki Sankhya Pade. That will be increase Sankhya and quality. Both are important. No compromise in the quality. Also, no compromise in quantity. Then, if you feel these two, then you will feel so, yeah. Titikshachakramam vanya uparyakramtam pi. This king Prthu will be very kind to all citizens. Even though a poor person may trample over the king's head by violating the rules and regulations, the king, out of his causeless mercy, will be forgetful and forgiving. As a protector of the world, he will be as tolerant as the earth itself. He'll be so tolerant, being a very powerful person with tolerance. It's a greatness actually. Wherever power, tolerance will be less. But here, Prthu Maharaj is powerful and also tolerant. Very rare to find such qualities. King Prthu is herein compared to the earthly planet as far as his tolerance is concerned. Although the earth is always trampled upon by men and animals, it still gives food to them by producing grains, fruits, and vegetables. An ideal king, Prthu Maharaj, is compared to the earthly planet, for even though some citizens might violate the rules and regulations of the state, he would still be tolerant and maintain them with fruits and grains. That means even people are violating the principles, he will try to educate them, and he try to correct them, like that, tolerating and giving food for them and giving a chance for them. So like that. Not like Vena. In other words, it's the duty of the king to look after the comforts of the citizens, even at the cost of his own personal convenience. Then if someone is not properly following rules and regulations, still you have to maintain him, means you have to sacrifice a lot. सब कुछ अच्छा लोग हैं, सब लोग एकदम नियम पालन करने वाले हैं, उनको मेंटेन करने में बहुत बड़ी मुश्किलता नहीं है. लेकिन जब वायलेट करने वाला आपके पास आएगा, फिर भी उसको आपको मेंटेन करना है, तब हमारा असली जीवन निकल के आएगा. But that is the King Prthu's nature. Deve Varshatya Saudevo Narvadeva When there is no rainfall and the citizens are in great danger due to the scarcity of water, this royal personality of Godhead will be able to supply rains exactly like heavenly King Indra. Thus, he will very easily be able to protect the citizens from drought. Here, King Prthu is very appropriately compared to the sun and the demigod Indra. King Indra of the heavenly planets, he is in charge of distributing water over the earth and other planet systems. It is indicated that King Prthu would arrange for the distribution of rainfalls personally if Indra failed to discharge his duties properly. Sometimes King of Heaven Indra would becomes angry at the independence of the if they didn't offer sacrifices of appease him. King Prthu, however, being an incarnation of the Supreme Personality, didn't depend on the mercy of the Heavenly King. It is foretold herein that if there would be a scarcity of rain, King Prthu would manage to counteract the deficiency by virtue of his godly powers. Like how the Krishna counteracted the Indra's anger. Similarly, Prthu also will make sure that all the time proper rains, even Indra doesn't cooperate. Such a powers is having the godly powers. Next, Apyaya Vadana Kritamurtina this king, Prthu Maharaj, by virtue of his affectionate glances and beautiful moon-like face, which is always smiling with great affection for the citizens, will enhance everyone's peaceful life. So he's so pleasing face enhances everyone's life. Next, Avyaktavatmesha Niguda Kamyo Gambhira Veda Bhagutta Vidya Ananta Rajum Prachetam Samkritanatma. The reciters continued, no one will be able to understand the policies the king will follow. So no one will be able to understand the policies the king will follow. His activities will also be very confidential, and it will not be possible for anyone to know how he will make every activity successful. His treasury will always remain unknown to everyone. He will be the reservoir of unlimited glories and good qualities, and his position will be maintained and covered just as Varuna, the deity of the seas. He is covered all around by water. ये quality है राजा का quality. बहुत actually chapters पूरा अर्थशास्त्र का बहुत पॉइंट्स को कवर करते हैं। राजा की हृदय में क्या चल रहा है कभी भी नहीं पता चलना चाहिए, अपना खुद का अमात्य को भी नहीं पता चलना है। ये बहुत लोगों का उनकी चेहरा देख के बोल सकते हैं उनके हृदय में क्या चल रहा है ना। तो ब्राह्मण का नेचर कैसा रहता है? ब्राह्मण का नेचर सिंपली बोल्ड रहता है। एक्चुअली उन्होंने हृदय में क्या सोच रहे तुरंत उनका चेहरा में एकदम रिफ्लेक्ट होने लगता है। इनके सीधा रहते हैं ब्राह्मण में, लेकिन क्षत्रिय बहुत हिडन रहता है। एक्चुअली इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड और एस्टिमेट व्हाट इज गोइंग इन हिज हार्ट। ए किंग शुड मेंटेन दिस क्वालिटी। He should not, while he's speaking with the enemies and friends, otherwise what will happen? Opposite enemies, spies will be just beside to you also, because opposite person, that opposite another kingdom's king, so neighbor kings, what they will do, they will put their spies as just a workers in your kingdom. So then by seeing your face, oh आजकल राजा ऐसा ऐसा है, ये इंफॉर्मेशन लोगों को पता चलते ही बस क्या होगा, वो तो स्पाई के द्वारा उस एनिमी के कंट्री में चले जाएगा। तब तो वो लोग पूरा एकदम अंदाज लगा सकते हैं आज का ये सिचुएशन के लिए किंग ऐसा रिएक्ट हो रहा है, माने डर रहे हैं और इनका इसका हृदय में अभी फियर है, तो इसीलिए अभी अटैक कर सकते हैं, फिनिश गेम। इसीलिए राजा की नेचर ऐसा रहता है कि किसी को भी नहीं पता चलता है कि उनकी हृदय में क्या चल रहा है। ये महाभारत में भी आता है। तो जब उत्तंक और पौष्य, सो उत्तंक पौष्य की राज्य में जाते हैं, तब उस समय जब बहुत बड़ा कहानी है, जब हम नहीं बोल पाएंगे, लेकिन तो उत्तंक और पौष्य कहानी में राजा एक क्षत्रिय का क्वालिटी होता है, वो कभी भी अपना अंदर का बात किसी को भी नहीं जाने देते हैं। और एक एक भी मैंने कोई कोई भी मैंने एक बार उनका अपमान हुआ, वो कभी भी भूलता नहीं एक्चुअली। वो अपमान को भूलेगा नहीं, वो इतना जल्दी नहीं भूलता। वो क्षत्रिय और रजोगुण का क्वालिटी वैसे है, तो वो याद रखेगा, उसका रिवेंज एक दिन जरूर निकालेगा। लेकिन ब्राह्मण कैसा है, उसको जो भी है तो उनकी हृदय में चोट पहुंचते तो वो तुरंत भूल जाते हैं। उधर क्या होता है, उत्तंक भी श्राप देते हैं, पौरुष भी श्राप देते हैं एक दूसरों का। सो उत्तंक बोलते हैं कि मेरा श्राप आपका काम नहीं करेगा, कोई बात नहीं। लेकिन पौरुष बोलते हैं कि मेरा श्राप आपको काम करेगा ही, आप हम बच नहीं सकते आप, क्योंकि हम निकाल नहीं पाएंगे, ये हमारा नेचर है, क्षत्रिय का नेचर। और क्षत्रिय का नेचर ये भी है, माने एक हिडन करके रखते और जरूरी भी है। चाणक्य भी बोलते हैं दे शुड बी वेरी कॉन्फिडेंशियल। अभी पृथु महाराज की हृदय में क्या चल रहा है, अपना निकटवर्ती लोगों को भी नहीं पता है, और वो कैसा कितना ट्रेजरी है किसी को भी नहीं पता है, वो भी किसी को नहीं पता चलना चाहिए, क्योंकि इनका ट्रेजर कम हो गया अभी। पूरा इनका लोगों को अभी कोई भी हम लोग माने कोई भी स्कैरसिटी आएगा तो कोई भी फेमिनाइन आएगा तो वो संभाल नहीं पाएंगे। ये बात से एनिमी को पता चल गया ना, तो वो अटैक कर देंगे एक्चुअली। क्योंकि आप अपना सेना को ले जाके युद्ध करने के लिए आपके पास ट्रेजर चाहिए ना, ट्रेजरी है नहीं है तो आपके पास आप कमजोर हैं अभी। आपको कमजोरी उनको सामने वाले को सबको पता चल जाएगा तो वो प्लान बनाएगा आपको डिफीट करने के लिए। ये पॉलिटिक्स बहुत भयानक रहता है एक्चुअली। ये सभी सोचने में दिमाग एक्चुअली कितना माने टैक्सिंग लगता है। तो इसीलिए उनको क्या चाहिए, एंकरेजमेंट चाहिए। इसीलिए एक राजा 10-10 औरतों को शादी करते एंकरेजमेंट के लिए। हम लोग को कोई जरूरत नहीं है सब, लेकिन हमारा सब नैष्ठिक ब्रह्मचारी है ना, हम लोग सब ब्राह्मण है। जब वर्णाश्रम कॉलेज में ट्रेन करेंगे, जो क्वालिफाइड है उन लोगों को ऐसा ट्रेन करना पड़ेगा। अभी हम लोगों को जरूरत नहीं इसमें ज्यादा फोकस करने की। नैष्ठिक ब्रह्मचारी एंड क्षत्रिय क्वालिटी। इसका इस टॉपिक को मैं बाद में लेता हूँ, ये बहुत लंबा टॉपिक है डेफिनेटली। प्लीज एक्चुअली सिलेबस पूरा कर। टाइम है अभी तो 5 मिनट है, 10 मिनट है, प्लीज प्लीज 10 मिनट। नहीं तो कल के बहुत दिक्कत हो जाएगा, पूरा चैप्टर पूरा जस्ट 10 मिनट दीजिए। तो दुरासदो दुर्विषः आसन्नोऽपि विदुरवत् नैवा शक्यो येन ब्रह्मचितो पुनः। King Prthu was born of the dead body of King Vena, as fire is produced from already wood. Thus, King Prthu will always remain just like fire, and his enemies will not be able to approach him. Indeed, he will be unbearable to his enemies. For although staying very near him, they will never be able to approach him, but will have to remain as if far away. No one will be able to overcome the strength of King Prthu. So इतना माने एकदम फायर की जैसा है, उनकी पास में भी कोई नहीं जा पाते थे। माने कोई शत्रु लोग कोई भी लोग तो इतना माने ऐसा पास होकर उनका राज पता करना ऐसा कुछ नहीं। तो वो बहुत स्ट्रांगली अपना पोजीशन को मेंटेन करते थे। नेक्स्ट अंतर्बहिश्च भूत